Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock. Sorry, I've been watching Ted Lasso and I'm talking like Brett Goldstein. How are you? Yeah, we are live on STV exclusively until 1:22 a.m. So, Scotland, get yourself ready because we've got some bargains for you. Starting with this. Now, this is Rob's special. Or Rob's, sorry, it's Rob's pick, actually. I'll get that right for ITV. Sorry, that was a good rehearsal. Can we start again, please? Can we just do that one more time? No, apparently we're live. Rob's pick. So this was, when we last had this on the air, forget that it says the usual price, $299.99, maybe somewhere in, that's the RRP. But we had it on the air at $129.99, and it's been on the air a couple of times. And I said, can we do a special price? So we looked at the marketplace and saw what was out there, and this is what we found. So at Tower's own website, it's £119, and that is on sale. At Curry's, heard of them? On sale, it's £119. At Very, on sale, we think, possibly not, I don't know, but it's £119. At that well-known website, Charlie's, is it a well-known website? I don't know. I've not heard of it. But anyway, they've got it for, I'm sure they're a fabulous website, £129. Argos, £150. But I said to our buyers, what can we do? What can we do with the drunken sailor? And they said, this is no time to talk about drunken seamen. This is the time to talk about air fryers. And I said, yes, I want a really good price that is going to blow people away. We think this is absolutely the very best price on the market. We are at £104.99. That is so low, they literally couldn't go any lower. Otherwise, we would have practically been giving it away. Now, the great thing about it is from Tower. It's got a 3-year warranty. Now, you have to actually register that with Tower's website to get the extended warranty. UK mainland delivery on this. But here's the thing, right? By the way, the show pick, what is it? The show pick? It's Rob's pick and the show pick. It's everybody's pick tonight. It's only for 48 hours. So it's like I'm here for 2 days this week. So it's a weekend, or it's a Rob's Days special, if you like. It's 11 litre, 5.5 litres per basket. 4 cooking methods. You've got the dual basket technology. And I'll explain what that all means in a minute. You've got a digital display. The vortex technology means it's basically superheated, dry, hot air. It's a vortex of hot air, which means that you don't really need to use any fat to cook or any oil. You might use a little butter, a little oil, maybe just for browning your chips, but it's a teaspoon, that's it. So you can reduce the amount of fat that you put into your food if that's what's important to you, and you can save up to 70% on energy compared to using your big oven and so on and so forth. So each of the baskets, massive, 5.5 litres. Now that means that you could put a pretty decent sized chicken in each one, but because it's vertically stacked, it only takes up the space of a single air fryer in terms of its footprint. So the technology is on top of itself, or one on top of the other, reducing counter space or the amount of space it takes up on your counter, but still giving you the benefits of 2 cooking baskets. Now, not only that, you've also got trivets inside, and I'll show you those in a moment. There they are. And so you can actually do dual layer cooking in each basket. Hence, you could cook 4 different foods at the same time. At the same time? All right, what quote is that from? Answers in your emails, studio@shopontv.co.uk. At the same time? I'll give you a clue, it was Richard Pryor. Right, and here are the dimensions. So 43.3 centimetres high and about 46.5 centimetres deep. So it's still, air fryers generally are about 45, 46 centimetres deep because you've got the big, the fan and all the extraction and all that stuff at the back. But only, and here's the important bit, 26.3 centimetres wide. And you can do fries. These are the presets: fries, steak, bake, wings, veg, Or DIY, yes, you can put tables and coving into it, and it will. No, that's not what it means at all. It means you can set your own temperature and set your own time as well. But all the presets are adjustable as well, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Now, there are two types of cooking. Smart finish. So if you're using two foods that basically cook at a different temperature, one food cooks at a different temperature to another in the other basket, then you can essentially have them finish at the same time. So let's say you do one food that's, a certain temperature, but it takes 20 minutes, and the other food is a different temperature and it takes 10 minutes, then the 10-minute one will be put on hold until the first basket that takes 20 minutes has got to 10 minutes, then the second one will start and they'll both finish at the same time. Does that make sense? Or you can do match cook. Yes, you can cook your matches in here. No, I don't think that's what that means, Rob. That basically means you can set both baskets to use the same temperature and the same cooking time if you're doing a big batch of whatever it is, chips, for example. Revolutionary, quite literally, technology, because the air circulates at very high speed and very high temperature for crispier, tastier foods. And, that is the beauty of Vortex and the beauty of air fryer technology. Instead of using oil, which is, all frying is using oil, isn't it? Hot oil to basically wrap heat around the food and penetrate the food to cook it on the outside and then also on the inside. And all an air fryer does is it uses air instead of fat. So it's a healthier way of doing it, right? Then, moving on, there's a lovely picture. Isn't that nice? Yeah. And there you can see your dual, but now, you know what? You could cook your chicken over your fries, or your steak over your broccoli or your asparagus or something like that. And all the drippings, all the wonderful drippings would then coat and season and flavour whatever is underneath. What lies below shall taste good. There, as you can see, big chicken, lots of chips, but you can do healthy foods as well. So look at that perfect healthy dinner. Fish and broccoli, I think that was, or maybe it was asparagus. And also, the great thing about this is it cooks very evenly. And what I find with air fryers, and if you've not got an air fryer yet, I can assure you of this, because they sear the outside of the food so effectively, I find that all the food that comes out is so much more succulent inside, moist, succulent. So steaks are juicy. Chicken, even breast is, because chicken breast can get really, really, really dry, can't it? However, when it comes out of an air fryer, I find that my chicken breasts are all very, very moist as well. Super easy to use. You can grill, you can roast, you can bake, and of course you can air fry as well. And you kind of get the idea. Nice digital display, very intuitive, very easy to use. And if you use your big oven, because let's say you've got a big family, this could be the ancillary oven. It could be the overflow. Or maybe you've got people in your family who have special dietary requirements. And one of the good things about this is that if I take that basket out, you can see inside there, it's completely enclosed. You've got obviously the fan at the back for where all the hot air comes out, a bit like my mouth. But there's no transfer of flavour or anything like that into the bottom basket, and the same way also from the bottom. By the way, those are coming up a little bit later on as well. The Miracle Shemmy. Just thought we'd throw those in. Let me show you, by the way, each basket. So at the back, you probably see the fan is at the back. So it has a grate. Isn't that great? That's great. Yeah. Sorry, my director said, do you mind if I just vent? So here's your trivet. There's your trivet, right? So you've got your trivet. But you also, in the bottom, you get one of these. Now, this is essentially also a trivet. But because you want the hot air to circulate around the food, what this does is it raises the bottom, and you can see this is all vented as well. So the hot air gets in there. Plus, any sort of excess fats, they drip down to the bottom as well, which you can either collect and use for cooking in a stir fry or something, if you so desire. Animal fats, I collect those because I quite a rich sort of, I do keto and carnivore and all that sort of stuff. So animal fats, I collect them, and then I'll use them to cook veggies and things like that. So really, really big space. You've got the benefit of the fat dripping down into the bottom. You've also got the benefit of because you've got the aerated bottom, it means that you're getting even cooking. So you can, and I would recommend that if you're doing wings or fries, that halfway through you give them a shake, just to kind of agitate, because then that way you'll get really even cooking all the way around. And then, as I say, if you're doing two different types of food, you put your trivet in. Now, you could also you could split the cooking. Let's say, for example, you know, you've got asparagus that takes a little bit longer than salmon. You could do that at the bottom, and then you could take this out and then put the salmon on when it's getting closer to, you know, to the time that that's going to take to cook. So you get 2 of each. So you get 2 of the trivets, the bottom trivet, and also the little, this one, in each basket. So 4 different layers, essentially. Really superb design. So let me show you. Shall I take you on a little tour? Here's the on-off button. When it's plugged in, it will automatically display just the on-off button. Here's your cooking time. Now you've got at the top, I hope you can see this, you've got 1 that is flashing. No, that's not going to work. But there's also a 2 underneath, which you can't see on that particular shot, but you can see on the other one. Look at this, our super duper cameraman, Rich. Thank you, Rich. So there are your presets down the bottom. And let's say, for example, I'm going to do wings and chips. So I'm going to select basket number 1. I'm going to select wings, like so, right? Now that's 200 degrees, and here you can change between time and temperature. So there's your temperature, there's your time. Now, 20 minutes, I'd say, is about right. I like to cook the wings. I think they could actually go, that could even go down to about 180. So there we are. And then I want to do chips in basket number 2. So I press number 2, I press fries, 200 degrees, and that's also for, let's see, for 20 minutes. I think that's probably about right. And then match cook is what I'm going to, smart start is what I'm going to select. And that's all ready to go. And then all I do is press the start button, and away it goes. It will do all the cooking, and then you will enjoy a very, very, very lovely meal. You and some friends, maybe. Again, here are the prices. We've got the special Rob's pick on this. It's 440910, and it's $104.99 versus what was I say? We last had it on the air at $129.99, and actually, we weren't going to do this. I tell you, can I be honest? We weren't going to do it. And in fact, Leslie, our producer, she's Eagle-Eyed Leslie, I like to call her, or at least I like to call her for the last couple of minutes that I've decided I'm going to call her that. And she said, yeah, but it's $119 in the market. So we went, right, well, let's beat the market then. And we have it's $119 at Tower, the actual Tower website on sale. Curry's on sale and Very on sale. Charlie's have got it for $129, and Argos have got it for $150. It's at Freeman's as well, I think, for about the $119. Amazon have got it for $119. So we are, as far as we know, the lowest price in the market, but that's only for 48 hours. Until the same time tomorrow night. So it's a sort of a 2-day special just for you. $104.99 is your price. Now, the other thing from Tower, because we've got a little Tower special, I just realised that the title of the show is Presenter Picks. Unfortunately, the one thing that we don't have in the show is a pick. We don't sell picks or other types of, what do you use picks for? Well, I suppose you can use them for guitar, digging caves, big holes, roadworks, that kind of thing. We're just not that kind of company, sorry. Now, this price also, $74.99 for the Tower Smart Star Ultra Forged, that's Ultra Forged Aluminium, and you've got 5 pieces. So you've got saucepans, you've got 2 frying pans, three of the saucepans actually, and also you've got 2 lids. So that's an 18 centimetre milk pan, 2 high quality 20 and 22 centimetre saucepans with tempered glass lids, and 20 centimetre and 24 centimetre non-stick frying pans. Now these have numerous features that are all rather good. So I would show you, but unfortunately I've just noticed that all of the pans, I think it may be except one, have been beautifully taped down in this excellent display that our floor manager, there is one free one. I got one. I found one. Look at all those, look, there's information there, isn't there? Built-in Smart Start technology. I'll show you that in a minute. 15 times stronger non-stick, Ultra Glide non-stick coating. It really is very, very slippy. Inducto bonded steel induction ready base, so you can use it on basically any type of cooking surface, including induction. Metal utensil safe. Now I wouldn't go to town. I wouldn't be cutting up your steaks in it. But if you are using metal utensils, that is okay. Just, you know, be sensible. I still always would recommend non-stick safe utensils, but if occasionally you use something that is metal, it's not going to be a problem. There's the Smart Start technology. There's a little tick. a red tick inside. Now that's not in the saucepans, that's in your frying pans. And when it reaches 200 degrees, it goes a sort of dull red. And that's how you know. So no more dropping water onto the pan or sticking a chip on and it, waiting for it to sizzle, or putting a steak on and it just does nothing. Or, holding your hand over the top. Yeah, to see if, is that hot enough? Using the built-in thermostat in your hand. So it tells you basically. And remember, it is incredibly strong non-stick and incredibly non-stick as well. 6 layers of non-stick coating, 6 layers compared to a standard non-stick coating for superior food release and easy clean. As I mentioned, metal utensil safe. There it is. There is a metal utensil and it's being used safely. And we also have Inducto technology. It's an Inducto bonded steel. Inducto sounds like now, would that be a superhero or would that be a supervillain, I wonder? I am Inducto. I channel electricity. And I was going to read the other stuff, but I'll do it later. There you go. It works on all your different types of hob. Induction, gas, electric, ceramic, halogen, Arga, Rayburn. I'm out. Toxin-free cookware as well. Forged aluminium, free from harmful chemicals such as PFOA, lead and cadmium. And by the way, you can use this in the oven. They are oven safe up to 2. Oh, that's coming in a minute. I'm getting ahead. This is riveted. This is a riveting presentation, isn't it? Riveted steel handles, so they're not going to come unscrewed, which I've found with a lot of cookware that can happen. And you've got a little hole at the top, a hanging hole, or a hanging loop as they've called it. Safe up to 200 degrees. That's just the pans, not the lids, just to let you know. And they are dishwasher safe. To be honest, they are so non-stick that I don't think you'll ever need to put them in the dishwasher. I prefer not to, because I find dishwasher salts can be quite harsh. Oven safe to 220 degrees. I mean, I don't even know if my oven goes up to 220 degrees, to be honest. Maybe it does. Just about. Anyway, here's the pan. I just wanted to show you. So it's not too heavy because it's forged aluminium. It's got nice heft to it, but it's not as really weighty as steel, as iron, cast iron. There's your bonded bottom. As you can see, it's got these sort of channels that make sure that the heat is dissipated evenly, so you get nice heat, even cooking, and you don't get any hot spots, because what's a hot spot? Not! And there are your riveted handles. These are stainless steel handles. They are stay cool handles. Now, obviously, if you put them in the oven, they're going to come out hot. But on the hob, not a problem. The handles will remain, they'll probably get warm, but they will be, you won't have to pick them up with a cloth or a mitt. $74.99 for all of these. That's basically £25 a pan. Is that right? No, that's not right at all. It's not even close to right, is it, Rob? Maths, definitely not my strong point. It's roughly £75 divided by approximately 5. It's £15 a pan, I think. Yeah, £15 and 20 pence a pan. Well, that's not even counting the lids, of which there are 2, and they are vented and they're tempered glass. They're honestly really, really great, high quality cookware, which is just going to help you cook your food really nicely. And I've found, since I've been on my sort of health kick, and trying to get the 26 stone I started at. I can't even still believe to this day that I got up to such a ludicrously large weight. So I'm down at 4 stone now, and do you know one of the things that I really attribute it to? The 2 things I changed. Obviously, I eat healthily now. I only eat single ingredient food. So if there's more than 1 ingredient, I don't touch it. I don't do sugar, I don't do processed food, don't do any of that rubbish. But the trouble is, and should we be honest here? Healthy food often tastes like rubbish, doesn't it? I mean, honestly, for years, I just thought, can anybody, please make a vegetable taste nice? And without covering it in gravy and cheese. And I discovered, actually cheese for me, not a problem, but I discovered, by investing in good quality pans, and I cook in natural oils and butter and things like, animal fats and things, and obviously you do you, but having a good quality pan that can get hot. So I bought myself because I don't have an induction hob at home, so I bought myself a portable one. So now I can get the pans really hot. It sears the food, it browns the food, that it caramelizes the food. And caramelization is what, ladies and gentlemen? Say it with me now. Flavour. And also I learned the art of spices and seasoning and things like that. And now all the food I eat is healthy, but it tastes better than any takeaway rubbish that I could possibly buy. So invest in a good set of pans and you're investing in yourself. And I've been rambling on all about diet and pans, and Leslie, our producer, is like, she's past it. She says it's too hot. It was 28 degrees today in Warrington. It's going to be 30 degrees on Saturday. And so, I'm sorry, I thought we were going to the Miracle Chamois, so I'm in completely the wrong place. And I didn't hear when people told me it's the fans, because I was so busy rambling on, you see. Look at that! There's a nice fan, isn't there? I'll go over to it, shall I? Sorry, guys. Oh, dear. Do you know what? I feel like I've been off the air for about 6 months. It's only been a week. It's been a long week, though, I'll tell you that. What I love about this is it's the rose gold edition. It's a really, really attractive, chic-looking fan. It's also desktop size. It's can I use the term wee? It's wee. But it's attractive. And I suppose that would be a good word in Scotland, wouldn't it? Wee. Very simple, and this is what I like about it. It's uncomplicated, like me. And so there's a stop button, but there's also an on button, and there's also an off button. So if I turn, I said there isn't an on button. You turn it on by selecting speed. So if I press 1, it started. Now look, it's oscillating as well. You can stop that. If you don't want it to oscillate, that's just stop oscillating. And if you press it down, it starts oscillating, like so. And then you've got power number 2. And oh, that's nice. Oh, I say, my neck. And then here's number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the and you know you've got the power. And so if you've got a couple of you sitting on a seat, or maybe even 3 of you, then this will it will keep you all cool intermittently. But it's not like the old, kind of clunky fans that come round and go, and then they come back round again. This is smooth, baby. And what a price! Hold on a cotton picking minute. Look at the saving. It's normally £59.99. That's 60 quid, pretty much. And we've got it £35 off at £24.99. Now, there is a 2-hour timer on the top as well. So if you want to, let's say you've gone to bed and look, okay, let's be frank. Now, could somebody in Scotland who's watching, please email me and do me a favour, if you don't mind, or drop us a message through the website. And let me know what the temperature was today in Scotland. Now, I know it will vary depending on how north you are, but I would love to know. And because, look, tonight, certainly in the Midlands or the Northwest where we are right now, and in many other parts of the country, you know what's going to happen. In fact, it's already 36 minutes past midnight. People are going to be lying in bed. You may even be watching right now because you can't get to sleep because it's too flanging hot. It's 22 degrees currently at 36 minutes past midnight. I think it's only going to go down to about 18, maybe. So, by the way, this comes in 2 colours, black or grey. So the black is the rose gold edition, and here is the grey one. We can show you the grey one as well. There it is. It's still rose. Actually, it's still got the rose gold, but it's grey instead of black. So you're not missing out on. If you love the rose tint, then, and I do love a rose tint, particularly on my glasses, then not a problem. But what's the height of this, please? 14 inches is the height on this one. And actually it was right there on the box. And it's also on the graphics. How long have I been doing this? And also I knew that, but I couldn't, I just had a momentary lapse of reason. Now this is very retro. It's very kind of private detective, or private dick as they call them in the States. It's got a simple knob on the back. Turn it on. That's 3, but you can do 2, or you can do 1. It's very sturdy. It's a metal, frame. In fact, it's all metal, every bit of it. And there's even this kind of copper. I don't know if that's real copper, but it's copper-like, copper-esque. And if you want to turn the oscillation off, you just pull the little lever up at the back, or you just leave it on like that. But I tell you what, when this is on full, this kicks out some RPMs, I'll tell you. And do you know what? It's got a lovely hum to it. Now, I'll tell you something. One of the things that really helps you sleep after a while, or at least it's helped me, is white noise. Now, some people go out and buy white noise machines. I'm going to turn this one off so you can just hear this. It's quite quiet, but it's a constant sound. And that is something that eventually you get used to quite quickly. And that can help you sleep, that constant noise, because it also kind of drowns out the other noises, like say the street. Like my son and I, we live in a war zone, it feels like sometimes, because we're on a main road. It's the thoroughfare for ambulances, police and fire. And in, let's just say in Croydon, they get called out a lot. I mean, and when the window's open in the middle of the summer, of course, and so we get all the traffic film coming in, and I try to have meetings, and it's like, are you in, some war-torn part of the world, Rob? And I say, yeah, I'm in Croydon. But I love this. This has got real power, and look, let's be honest, you do get to the point when it's so hot that you're just moving hot air around. And at that point, all you can really invest in is a cooler, which is basically a fan with sort of an evaporative cooler with water in it. Or you have to go air conditioning route. But for a lot of the British summer, you'll find that a fan, a good quality fan, is really all you need. 261859 is your item number. Really start. Do you know what? I think I'm going to get. What do you reckon, Dave? What do you want? One of those? It's nice, isn't it? Right. 2 are sold. 1 for me, 1 for my lad. Just so happens that I work for my son. Now, did I just say I work for my son? Sorry, no, my son works for me. Actually, that was a Freudian slip, because I feel like I do work for my son a lot of the time. Yes, apparently that was correct. I do, in fact, work for my son. Am I too young to retire? How are you doing, by the way, Scotland? Please do come say hi if you want to shout out. Just if you have nothing specific you need to email in, just tell me how your day was, what you've been up to, enjoying the weather. studio@shopontv.co.uk. Now, I'm really glad that I've got this next product because I really like it. So I'm going to start off by doing this. This is Advanced Liquid Collagen. Now, I've presented a lot of collagen shows over the years on different channels. But can I be very honest with you? I didn't pay very much attention because it was very boring. Until I worked with Diane from ERC, who's a very dynamic, interesting lady. And what I learned, this was only last week, about advanced liquid collagen, totally changed my life. Cheers. Oh, that's so good. Now, I could drink this all day long. But actually, once you've done one shot, which gives you 10,000 milligrams of liquid collagen, any more that I would drink, if I did a second one, my body might absorb maybe 2,000 or 3,000 milligrams. But after that, I'd just be passing it through. I'd be wasting it. 10,000 milligrams is what's considered to be the optimum amount of collagen. But if you don't know, what's collagen? Well, before we show the graphic, let me just say this. Very simple. Collagen makes up roughly a third of our bodies. So it is the foundation for the largest organ of our body, which is our skin. But also the cartilage between your joints, all that kind of stuff. That's all collagen, or at least collagen-based. Here's the thing. When you hit roughly 20, so if you are 20 years or older, this is going to be really depressing. As soon as you hit 20, roughly, the collagen in your body starts depleting for the rest of your life. and it is a steady decline. So by the time you get to your 50s, so I'm 53, nearly 54, you've lost something like half your collagen. By the time you get to your 70s, as you can see, there's very, very little left. Now, it does vary slightly for men and for women, particularly women. I'm really sorry. This is another one of those things that you ladies have to suffer through that I empathize with completely. And that is when you hit menopause, you can lose 20% of your collagen basically overnight. Well, not overnight exactly, but in what, 2-3 years? How long does the change take? I mean, literally, in the time you go through menopause, from beginning to end, about 20% of your collagen, you lose it, gone. So, what does that mean? Well, if collagen is the foundation of things like your skin, that's why over time you start to develop wrinkles. One of the reasons, quite a big reason. That's why over time, like for me, 40, I woke up one day, got out of bed and went, oof, and I've been going, oof, ever since. And, you just get these aches and pains, and you go to the doctor and say, I've got these aches and pains, and they say, yep, that's 40. And then they get worse, and you go to the doctor and they say, yeah, that's 50. And then so it continues until eventually you just collapse in a heap. So the important thing is this: by taking a collagen supplement, look, you're never ever going to beat the advances of time or of aging completely. We've got these free radicals that are ravaging us all the live long day and night. But what you can do is you can put back as much as possible. And this is like an ISA for your body. So an ISA, you can put currently £20,000 a year into an ISA, right? An instant savings account. And that's it, and that's tax-free. So you can't put any more in, and you can only put up to 20,000 per year. So really, you can only put about 10 to 12,000 milligrams of collagen back into your body per day. So it's not going to completely overtake the amount of collagen you're losing, but it's going to do a pretty good job at replenishing as much as your body will allow you to put in. So why this one compared to other collagen supplements? Well, if they're powders and other different types of collagen, particularly the powders, they can be chalky. They don't really sort of mix very well. They don't get absorbed very well. This has all of the collagen in it that your body needs, basically. So there's type 1 collagen. There are different types, obviously, which is great for your skin, hair and nails. You've got type 3 collagen, which is good for your muscles and your joints. And then you've got hyaluronic acid, which is essential for hydration. Now, the other thing that you really need to understand here is that marine collagen, because a lot of people, the first question they will say is, well, what about bovine collagen? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with bovine collagen, but marine collagen, and this comes from a specific type of fish, molecularly, essentially the molecules are much smaller, so they can penetrate through your gut microbiome better. In other words, long story short, they get absorbed better. So in other words, what you're putting into your body, which is also apparently very good for your gut health, can be very beneficial. It's actually mostly, or for as high a proportion as is possible for any type of supplement that you can take, when it comes to collagen, it's actually being absorbed into your body. There's no point, you could drink all of this that you want, but if it's not getting into your system, it's no good. That's why marine collagen is really regarded as being the best. And so, plus you have, as I said, you've got the types 1 and 3, that's hydrolyzed collagen, the hyaluronic acid, you've got silica, 10,000 milligrams per serving, and basically you get your little cap included. But look, there are also all those other vitamins and minerals in there. So you've got, well, vitamin C, ascorbic acid. So I take a lot of that. That actually, vitamin C, I understand, is very good to help absorption of this as well. But you also have an entire panel of B vitamins. And also you've got D vitamins in there as well. And you've got selenium. And you've got, what else have I missed? I think I already mentioned the silica. I already mentioned the hyaluronic acid. I can't read what the one is. Oh, and of course there's the fish collagen. The last one, the hydrolyzed fish collagen, that's the actual collagen itself. So it's a berry flavour. It's quite a thick consistency. It's between a liquid and a syrup. It's lovely. I really like it. Now, you could, if you wanted to, pour it on your porridge or over a yogurt or something like that. But I wouldn't advise that. Now look, if you can't stand the taste, I don't know why you wouldn't stand the taste. It's absolutely delicious. But if for some reason you find that you can't just do a shot every morning or at night, and I'll talk about that in a sec, just do the shot. Don't pour it over. I mean, pour it over stuff if you must. It's better than nothing. You can put it in a smoothie if you have to. But it is actually just better doing a shot. Okay? So there you go. There it is. Very, very good quality collagen from ERC. And, it's definitely, it's something you have to take every day. It's the multivitamin sort of thing, because if you take a multivitamin every day, which you would, many would, it's the thing that's missing from your vitamin regimen. It's almost more important to take that than it is to take the vitamins, I would say, because this is supporting your skin, your hair, your nails, and all manner of other good things as well. Less aches and pains in muscles and joints. 100% natural flavouring, firmer skin, quick collagen absorption, and stronger hair and nails. All of that with marine collagen types 1 and 3 and hyaluronic acid plus all of the other vitamins that are included as well. They're all in meaningful quantities to do meaningful things for your health. Now, I'm looking at a beautiful black pussy. Look at that little pussy. That's Olga, apparently.
Oscar.
Oh, Oscar. So where did I get Olga? Oscar Bear Hawksley. It's my producer's cat. 17 years old. Oh, Oscar's 12. What's the other one? Oh, it's two different types of cat. There's Milani Monkey Hawksley. Now, they're on the calls. Shall I show these? Shall I put... Right. So that is Milani, and she is on the Cool Zone pillowcase, and she's 17 years old. Amazing. I think Cool Zone products enjoyed by all the Hawksley family. And then here is Oscar Bear Hawksley. I like the way that they've got 3 names, not just one. That is excellent. That is most excellent. Oh, and this is an email. Well, we might as well go through them. Temperature today in Fife. They won't have... They're both... Leslie's already checked. There's nothing untoward, I hope. Temperature... Because I did ask you to let me know the temperature, so thank you very much for doing that. So Eileen... Hi, Eileen. How are you? Says temperature today in Fife around 2 p.m. 23 degrees. Oh, no, 23 and a half. Nice. I'm coming up to Scotland for to the end of the first week of July. I'm going to go to Edinburgh. Then I've got my American chums, including the lady that got away, and she's coming back. So I'm going to take them from there. We're going to drive to Loch Ness, then down through Ben Nevis, Glencoe, Loch Lomond, Glasgow, and then I'll be back on the air on the Thursday. So thank you, Eileen. And also Ryan. Hello, Ryan, who's in Ayrshire. And thank you. He says, today we were 22 degrees, set for 25 degrees today. It was very warm. I was out for 30 minutes at my niece's sports day. And I'm burned. Oh, gosh, sorry about that, Ryan. The joys of being a redhead. I know. I'm not a redhead. I'm partially red-bearded. Oh, apparently everyone's got red in their beard. My director is also... he's a ginge. Oh, he's a redhead, sorry. Yeah, so apparently that's hurtful saying ginge. I won't say that. Yes, thank you very much for those. If you want to keep your emails coming, you're more than welcome to. So, yeah, they just said, it's behind you. People don't realise when you're on telly, everything's back to front. Like I can see myself, we've got a little auto cue here. I don't get words, I have to make that stuff up. But I can see myself, so I can point to the graphics and do. Oops, hello. It's a bit like when you do the weather. They basically look at a monitor and do all of that. But then you go that way because you think it's there, and it's actually that way. So it's very complicated being a television presenter. You know, it's much harder than it looks. Oh, sorry. Sorry, it just hit me. I can't believe this is cooling technology. It's cool. It's scientifically proven to reduce heat by up to 50%. Now it goes on your bed like that, and it, by the way, if you've got a regular pillow, it's got a little pocket at the top that you can pop your pillow into. We do the pillow covers as well. I'll get to those in a minute. Scientifically proven to reduce heat build-up, I should have said, by 50%. Look, shall we get down to brass tacks? Are you lying there now in bed going, oh, I can't sleep because it's too hot? Now, I imagine even in Scotland, I know Scotland can be cooler. That's why I say even in Scotland, because when it's, you know, scorching heat in the south, it can be quite cool, even chilly in the north, the very north. But if you are at that point where it's still close to 20 degrees or more at night, and it's muggy, humid, and you're just, I mean, you get to the point, honestly, you just can't, you don't know what to do, can you? Or do you? You just can't get away from it. You cannot get away from it. I don't know if I mentioned this, I used to live in America. And I lived in Florida for a number of years. And most of my time I lived in Los Angeles. And, you know, basically Florida is a swamp and Los Angeles is a desert. And in Florida in the summer, it would get up to over 100 degrees Fahrenheit and very humid. Sometimes when I lived in Miami, you'd get to 100% humidity. So 100% humidity means that you can't get more moisture into the air. So when you when you perspire, it's got nowhere to go. It can't evaporate because there's already 100% water in the air. It's just horrible. I mean, I'd go to the shops and come back and you'd have to shower and change clothes. Now, conversely, in Los Angeles, it's a very dry heat because it's a desert, but it's still, I mean, very, very hot. It can get up to over 100 degrees in the summer as well, particularly in the valley. And so it's everything, though all those places have air conditioning. And so you become used to having air conditioning. And then when I moved back to the UK in 2018, and that summer was one of the hottest on record. And I remember it went way into October, the 30 degree plus heat. And I was like, I was just completely beside myself. I didn't know what to do. How'd you get cool? So you try every trick in the book. You know, you put a flannel in the freezer and fans. And as I say, you get to a point where it's so hot and it's so muggy that all a fan does is just move the heat around. And you can't buy portable air conditioners, or if you do, they're very expensive. And if you buy the portable ones, usually they're not very good. There are some that are okay, but they're very expensive. You have to spend at least, £700, £8,000, £9,000 to get a decent portable air conditioner. And again, in the States, a lot of the windows, they're up and down windows or side to side windows. So it's easy to get air conditioners for those. But if you've got casement windows that open out like that, or that are on a sort of pivot, I mean, yes, you can get covers and things, ways to block off the window, but it's very ugly. And you have these massive hoses, and it's completely impractical. And then most of the time, it's only for a couple of weeks, and then that's it. You've spent all that money, you've stayed cool for a couple of weeks, and then it goes in the cupboard and you don't use it till next year. But I swear to God, blimey, these things are cool. And you get to lie on top of it. These are machine washable. You can take it to the beach. You can put it on your bed, take it to a festival. Camping. I love a bit of camping. Ooh. People say I'm the camp entertainer. Also, if you're, I had something and it's gone. Beach, camping, I don't know. Long journeys, picnics, that's the one I was thinking of. Hey, long journeys in the car, yeah, because actually you could drape this over the driver's seat, you could sit on it. It's brilliant. It really is. I can assure you. I mean, phenomenal. Here's a little testimonial, actually, from a bona fide user.
I used to think that I would always have to suffer from sleeping hot. That was until I got my hands on the personal cool zone by Seriously Comfortable. All you have to do is place the mat down where you want it to go, pop your favourite pillow inside, and most importantly, lie down and enjoy wonderful cooling across your entire body. Enjoy a great night's sleep and wave goodbye to hot nights. Get your personal cool zone mat today.
I don't know how they've done it. I really don't. Every single time we've put this on the air, it's sold out. Now, oh gosh, wow, time flies when you're having fun. I hope you're having fun. I know I am. We're only 22. Is this still the preview? Well, that's a bit rubbish because we're never going to get through to anything. But ITV are going to join us. I'm freestyling it tonight. I'm jazz, baby. Here are some reviews. I'm just going to do what I'm told now. Well, within reason. Emily said, I wasn't expecting much as I've been suffering with night sweats for so long now. But wow, this seriously works. Keeps me really cool during the night and I love that I can put my pillow inside it. Yes, indeed. It really does work. I promise you it does. It seems ludicrous that it does. I don't know how it does. It's some kind of witchcraft, but it works. And Diane says, this is so cool. Literally. I used it over the sheets to start, but put it under the sheets now. The colder weather is here, still feels nice and cool without making me cold. And the best bit, no more hot flushes. Pop them in your baskets. I promise you that when ITV join us, this is what I love about being exclusively on STV to start, because there are fewer people in Scotland. And it's an intimate audience, and I like that. And I love Scotland. I nearly bought a place in Edinburgh, unless you're in Glasgow, in which case I nearly bought a place in Glasgow. Or if you're in either, I nearly bought a place midway between Glasgow and Edinburgh. But no, I adore Scotland every time. I've got Scottish blood in me, actually. I don't know which bit, but I do go there as much as I possibly can. As I say, I'll be there in a couple of weeks. So keep an eye out for me, Scotland. I shall be with 2 Americans. Or as they'll be telling everybody, they're Canadians. Now, the pillows, it's a twin pack. And is it the pads that we're talking about? The covers, yeah. So, it really is. This is so cold, it's like when I used to hug my ex-girlfriend. No, nobody even heard that. It's ludicrous. It's wizardry, but it is seriously cold. And the thing is that it stays cold, and up to 50% cooler than if you didn't have it. Now there's a little story behind this pillowcase, and you do get 2, by the way, but you also get an extra £5 off at checkout. Yeah. You do. We'll show that, actually. This is another special. If you go to the website and you click on Live on Air, there's the message box if you want to message us. See everything on the show. Oh, look, don't pay no attention to the Air Blaster because we don't have many in stock, and please don't sell out. But if you get there first, because that will sell out in about 3 minutes. When you put it into your basket, it brings it down to £29. Isn't that great? And capped postage as well. So if you're going to buy multiples, the P&P is what, £4.95? Yeah, so the first £4.95 of your P&P is always capped. It's TikTok Live. Yeah. TikTok's joining me over there. We've got so many cameras. I've never had so many cameras pointed at me in my life. It's because I'm not very famous. Otherwise I'd be papped, wouldn't I? Seriously comfortable, and that's a great name for a company. How can I put it? On a hot summer's day, if you've been for a swim, or maybe you've had a shower or a bath, and you get out, and you get that wonderful, as the evaporative effect, as the water evaporates from your body, it's beautifully cool. It's a bit like that. That's what it feels like. Scientifically proven to reduce heat build-up by up to 50%. Now, the little story behind this is as follows. Seriously comfortable. They originally were going to offer this to us, this product, and the cooling side was only going to be on one side. And this is the power of our buyers and the shrewdness of our buyers. And Maria, in particular, the head of buying, She said, no, I'm not having it. I want it both sides. And so, seriously comfortable, just for us, for you, they put the cooling both sides. Not that you would ever need to spin your pillow, but then my pillow, who knows what side's what, because I move around in bed so much, and I sit up for a bit, and then I lie down for a bit, and then I turn over for a bit, and then I sit up for a bit, and I kind of go round and round and round. So the pillow could end up in any direction, but you've got that cooling effect both sides. Actually, you know what? Not just for your head. This would, if you do sit up in bed, and to be fair, it's quite likely that in this hot weather you might be wearing your birthday suit, or perhaps just one or two garments of the under variety. Then this would feel wonderful against the back. I mean, you can. Even just hugging it like this, it's nice. It may be on if you've got a leather sofa, instead of getting stuck to your leather sofa, put this behind you. Actually, to be fair, I'd use the cooling pad for that. But £34 for 2 of those, but you get the extra £5 off when you add it to your basket, and then it's automatically deducted. Apart from anything else, they feel really good, and they are machine washable. But here's the thing: they are not. I repeat, they are not impregnated with. As far as I know, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Leslie. They're not impregnated with some kind of chemical or coating or whatever. It's the type of material that they're made out of that is what makes them have that cooling effect. They're ultra cool fibers that are directly knitted into the cover, and that is as much as we know. Witchcraft, some kind of witchcraft. Yes. You're a wizard, Harry. Won't ever get to say that. Never again. Nick Frost, kudos, my friend. I really thought I was going to get it. I really thought I was going to be the new Hagrid. I really genuinely, well, at least I hoped. Nah. Didn't happen. Just means that they just said I wouldn't be here with them, here now doing this. Exactly. Sorry. It just means you're a presenter, Harry. No. It just means I'm destined for something greater. Or I'm going to be a dismal failure for the rest of my life. We'll see what happens. Anyway. Now, I like this. Woof. Now, who washes their car of a Saturday? Or who's flooded the kitchen while frying food? Him. These are miracle chamois. They hold up to 20 times their own weight. Does it look weird that I've got this still around me? I like it. I'm staying. I've got a very cool belly. The miracle chamois, they are seriously good, these. And they last. I mean, you get a year's guarantee with a cloth, for crying out loud. But I've had my miracle chamois for 4 or 5 years, something like that. They are very, very good, and they absorb an awful lot of liquid, and they don't leave any streaks. But also, if you do end up with a little accident happening, like maybe one of those, that's just a little bit too yellow for pee, isn't it, really? Unless the dog has not been drinking much. But my son literally, and I don't mean to say this to embarrass him, but it's a lovely story, and I thank him for providing me with it. It's TikTok live now. Yep. Hi TikTok. Hey, how are you? This is my son David. He's the floor manager here tonight. This is his story. I'm now talking to all these people, literally dozen of people now. And so I had some chicken thawing in the sink because I'd forgot to take it out the night before, right? And so what I did is I filled the sink with cold water, as you're supposed to do, not hot, and put the chicken in. And then it was defrosting away beautifully, and my son was like, "But Daddy." He didn't say that. He was like, "Oi! I want to do some cooking." So he didn't say that either. He was like, "Dad." No, he didn't say that either. So he's like, "Daddy, please may I remove your chicken from the," because he's American. He didn't say that either. So I said, "Look, take the chicken out, do your business." Not in the sink, obviously, I meant. And then cook away and then put my chicken back into some water. So he did whatever he needed to do. He did his business with the sink and the washing and the this and the that and whatever it was. Put my chicken back in the sink, started running the cold water tap, went back to his cooking and forgot the tap was still running. And then he turned round and I just heard this, what the, oh my God! And the sink had been overflowing for about 5 minutes and flooded the entire kitchen and had started to flood the living room because we've got a through kitchen. And I had all these boxes of new products that I bought over Christmas that were still sitting in their boxes and they were all starting to take on water. And it was like, oh no, what are we going to do? And so I ran for the mop and I've got me a microfiber mop and I can tell you that was useless. So then David remembered, Dad, what about the miracle chamois? And I went, good call, son. So there's me, literally. We could only find one in a hurry. I folded it up and I'm soaking up water, wringing it out in the mop bucket, soaking up some more, wringing it out. But because it soaks up 20 times, absorbs 20 times its weight in moisture, I kid you not, what was it, about 10 minutes? 10, 15 minutes? 10 minutes. 10 minutes we'd soaked up, and it was probably a good half an inch of water. I mean, it had soaked it all up. Before it had really done any damage, I mean, I was really worried about it going through the floor. I was worried about it, you know, sort of creating problems for because we live on the 5th floor in a block of flats, that it was going to ruin everything for the people down below, that they'd get, you know, ceiling tiles falling off or something. But no, it was all fine, all thanks to this guy. But it's perfect, absolutely perfect for cleaning a car. It's a synthetic fibre. It's not like leather, which dries hard. This dries soft. Actually, it's always better to use it slightly damp. And when you get it for the first time, give it a little wash. It's because just to get the sort of factory fibres off it. Actually, Leslie, our producer, he puts, oh, hang on, this is not Leslie, this is a customer. Is that right, Leslie? This is, I'll tell you in a sec, she's just updating it. But somebody puts it under their, oh, it is Leslie. Leslie is our testimonial all night. She puts it under her cat litter tray. Is that right? Yeah, good idea. Because they're apparently the cats who are getting a little too old, they're missing when they wee. But actually, it's great if you put it, and it's just the right size because they're big. You can put it under a bathroom mat, because bathroom mats may look nice. Like I bought some from Dunelm the other day, and they're very nice mats, but they don't absorb anything. So you can put this underneath. It's great if you have tile in your bathroom. I use mine occasionally to make sure I don't kill myself, because the times I've almost slipped over in water. Because when I was bigger, I would accidentally with my elbow knock the shower screen and there'd be a crack and the water's going all over the floor, and I get out and almost go, you know, sort of leg over shoulder. And dodgy, very dodgy. I had a couple of very close misses. So these are an absolute godsend for really getting rid of excess water. Essentially, if you've got a swimming pool, you can take them to the beach. They're great beach towels. They are fantastic for drying pets. If you've got a big shaggy dog. Also, ladies, do you have long flowing locks? Well, I know that long hair can take a long time to dry, but not with these. Angora jumpers. Stick one of those in there, dry it in no time. By the way, what a deal. You've actually got a bog-off deal. You normally get 2 of the large and 1 of the small. But we've got a show special for you at just £20. And you get basically double the amount of cloths for the same price. So 6 of the cloths, 4 large and 2 small. Now, when we do this on ITV, we'll actually show a demonstration video with David Wright. So this has just been me rambling for the last hour and 14 or 12 minutes, whatever it is. So thank you ever so much for listening. Now I'm going to do something a bit naughty, because we don't have enough of these to go round. The paint blast was an unmitigated success. Oh, sorry, Leslie, my producer said, Rob, you're not supposed to do this. I told you no. I'm not doing it. It's Rich. On camera 3, he's pointing the camera, and then the director, Paul, he's going and cutting it look, he can't stop the man. What am I to do? It's back in stock. I swear to God, we literally only have double figures on this. And the minute ITV join, and we have the masses with us, it's going to go very quickly. So if in Scotland you want to get it, it's an electronic painting machine, essentially. But I tell you what, brilliant coverage. Have a look at this little video, which will kind of give you an idea. You can adjust the coverage as well. So you've got a nice powerful motor inside. It is mains powered. And you put your paint. It doesn't have to be paint. It could be creosote. It could be varnish. It could be... Oh, there's the motor. So that's a motor animation. Obviously, that's all it is. Lovely. Nice motor. Nice motor, mate. But here are some befores and afters. You're going to see demos on this shortly. But it gives you really even coverage. Now, and the great thing about it is because it's a spray, if you have texture on your surfaces, doesn't matter. So you can, and also you can do surfaces like doors that have flat parts and also crevices and whatnot. Or you could do pebble dashing. You could do Artex. You could do rendering. You know, all that kind of stuff. And it gives you that perfect finish every time. You use it on anything you like. But really quick way to creosote your fences. But it could be stains. It could be whitewash. I mean, essentially anything. And you just can't get the finish with a paintbrush or with a roller that you can get with this. In fact, we've had the men round a couple of times to do little repairs in our flat. And I only say that because they were men. And they use paint sprayers. It's kind of, and this is lightweight, it's portable, and it really does the job. It's high capacity, it's high power. Here are the horrors without it. Oh no, dripping everywhere. Going up your ladders, and then paint bills if you get a professional to do it. But look, this goes round corners, it goes in the nooks and the crannies, and it is important. Look at that. There's a perfect way of showing with the louvres. Are they louvres? Do they call them that? Louvre windows. But you could do furniture. You can reclaim furniture. It's got a little light on it as well, by the way, so you can do it in the dark. Oh, yes. And you can't mess it up. Now, the important thing is that you have to slightly dilute whatever it is that you put in. But the instructions on this are superb, and you actually get a viscometer? It's a special way of measuring the viscosity of the paint or the whatever medium you're using, so that it's the right thickness, the right consistency to A, go through the machine, and B, give you the right coverage. But as you just saw there, you can adjust the nozzle so that you can get a wide spray or you can get a very fine direct spray. Put it on over your shoulder. I mean, it's dead easy to use. It really, really is. And it's for $79.99. I mean, crikey, what does a good paintbrush cost you these days? Any ideas? So Paul bought 3 for £25. And he used one and had to throw it away afterwards. I mean, have you ever successfully used a paintbrush more than once? I know I never have. I mean, or what do? It goes in a jar of Terps if you're doing a gloss paint, right? If it's water-based, maybe. Oh, incidentally, this is really, really, really easy to clean too. High efficiency motor, 600 watts. And that gives you high volume, low pressure. That's the kind of key here for maximum coverage with little overspray. You can work quickly. The strong motor allows you to paint an entire room in less than 2 hours. Now, I have to say, I do challenge that because, well, what size is the room? I think we're talking about an average size room, but then what's an average size room? It's quick anyway. I'm just being pedantic. No spills or splatters. That's the other thing. You know, you're not. I mean, obviously, you mask off the bits you don't want to paint, and always wear your PPE when you're doing it as well, of course, because it is a very fine particulates that come off of this. But you can, all of your surfaces, you can do them all quickly. You can do them mess free. Avoid dirty paint rollers and dripping brushes, and also throwing away lots of those, the latter, and every time you need to do some painting. Very good, versatile and precise. That's the Paint Blast. I'd get that quick. If you're watching right now in Scotland, grab it while you can, because I promise you it will sell out in minutes. That's my prediction. I know we're starting later tonight, but it is very, very possible that it will run out of stock rapidly. Now, also, by the way, coming up, when is what? Sunday Sunday night into Monday morning. So Sunday, up to midnight and then beyond, just after midnight, Monday morning. We have the Beast. The Beast is coming. Yes. This was invented by the gentleman who basically created the category. To say it's a blender is redundant. It's so much more than that. It's I can't even describe. We've not got a picture of it. No, actually, we don't need a picture. A picture paints 1,000 words, but a video paints 1,000,000.
Wow, we are so excited.
We certainly are. We've got a brand new product coming up for you on Monday the 23rd. It's the Beast.
It is the Beast. It's not Joe. It is the Beast. Tell us about it, Joe.
It's the most incredible personal blender. Unrivaled power, 850 watts. You get a range of beakers and accessories with it. But this is all about making nutrition more easy, more accessible, and more importantly, Hayley, more delicious.
Ooh. And it looks super, super smooth. Mm.
Make sure you join us just after midnight for the smoothest of smoothies with the Beast. We'll see you there.
Cheers.
I love that. There it is on the website, or there is the website. You'll find it on the website. In fact, actually, you can buy it now. If you scroll forwards to Tuesday, it might already be on there. You'll have to have a little look. If you go to live on air, not Tuesday, Sunday, sorry. So there's Saturday. If you go forward one, there it is. There's our baby. Now, I don't think the prices have come down yet, have they? No. So they will. So just keep an eye on that, because there are 3 sizes, actually. And they're basically, it depends on the accessories, but each of them, depending on the price point, is the power of the motor as well. So those are, definitely watch out for those. They are groundbreaking. They've got multiple patents, and I mean, things like the glass is something like, it's thicker than normal glass on a normal blender, or one of those portable blender type things. But also it's ridged, because that increases the sort of, I don't know, the surface area. It does something special anyway that makes it work better. So anyway, I'm not doing that, so I haven't fully researched it yet. But you will find out with Sean and Hayley on Sunday night into Monday. But I do have, this is Presenter Picks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the presenter. I'm Rob. Oh, Dave, could you get me that sign, please? Thank you very much. And I've moved back over here, even though we've just discovered I should still be over there. Yes, please. Thank you very much. The reason it's Presenter Picks, ladies and gentlemen, no, should I do it now? No, I'm not going to do it now, because otherwise I'll do it for ITV, and then you go, well, I've already seen him do that. So I'm going to wait, but I've got a special thing here, you see. How long we got? Oh, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Here's a little video. That's all the music we're getting. So this is 11 litres, 5.5 litres per basket. That's enough to hold a decent sized chicken in each. 11 litres total, and you can split it if you wish, of course. Plus, you can cook 4 different foods at once, because each of the trays or drawers has a trivet, a removable trivet. Technically has 2 removable trivets, but it has one sort of height increasing tray, if you want to call it that. So you can cook 2 foods, different foods in the same basket, 4 in total. And you've got the Vortex, that super hot air frying technology. It allows you to lose the fat. The rapid air circulation cooks 30% faster using 99% less oil. You can air fry, you can grill, you can roast, and you can bake. Yes! So yeah, and you can, by the way, you can use all your cookware inside of there as well if you want to. So you can use your little ramekins and your little bowls and things like that. And it really does cook quickly, efficiently, and well. You'll find that the food is, I do anyway, I find it's much more succulent inside, beautifully browned on the outside when applicable. And air fryers are so ubiquitous now, and so many people use them, that you can, if you ever want to know how to cook anything in an air fryer, because they're all essentially the same. They're mini ovens, basically. Just a little YouTube or a little Google or a little Bing or whatever search engine you use. There's so much information out there. I mean, I want to do sausages. Sausages, UK, large sausage, UK, air fryer. Tells you the time, tells you the temperature. And they're so easy. They're set it and forget it. And at £104.99, We are market beating, we believe, at the moment. So get yours now, and you can spread the cost on PayPal as well. 3 payments of $36.98. Well, thank you, Scotland. It's been fun. Do stay with us. I'm going to do all of that again, but we're going to do it in more detail with videos and demonstrations and all of that good stuff when we join ITV in a moment. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our ITV viewers. We've been with STV since about 12 minutes past midnight, over an hour. I'm Rob Locke. Oh, I can't hang on. Whitney. Now, the reason I did that is I have something in my hands that I want to show you, because you'll notice down the bottom of the screen, just down there at the bottom, it says Presenter Picks. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be showing you little plasticky things for your guitars or axie type things for digging potholes. It means that I've selected a bunch of products tonight that I particularly like, and also that are at especially good prices, that I personally have asked the buyer to kind of go nuts on with the pricing. So before we show you what's first, I just want to say that tonight we are doing things no, that was my son's idea, by the way, because this was in my dressing room. He walked in. This actually is infamous. This was featured in, just after lockdown, my post-lockdown entertainment talk show called Unlocked, which was very popular. Literally a dozen of people watched it and can't wait for it to come back. And so this is now going to go back to my dressing room, but thank you very much indeed, Dave. So here is the very first special tonight. It is from Tower. It is the Vortex Extra Large Dual Stack Air Fryer. We had this on the air. Please forget the $299.99. That's the RRP. I don't think anywhere has it for that. We have to show that because that's the RRP. However, we had this on the air when it launched at $129.99. As did, actually others were higher. At the time we were market beating, I believe. But since then, it's been a couple of weeks, maybe a little more. The price has gone down in the marketplace, and a few other retailers, online and bricks and mortar, have sales on. So Tower, the actual website, the manufacturer's website, they've got it for $119. So do Curry's and so do Very. Those are on sale. On sale. They are sailing at £119. Charlies.co.uk, £129. Argos have it at £150. I believe Amazon also have it at £119. And John Lewis, was it? Also have it at Freeman's, also have it at 119. We've scoured the web, and I literally asked my buyer, what can we do this for? Because I wanted to go $99.99. She said, we can't, it wouldn't pay for itself. But she said, look, the lowest I can go is $104.99. So that's still £15 better than the lowest price we found this online for. And it's one heck of a machine. It's big, but the size doesn't punish you because it's a stacking air fryer. So it's only 23 centimeters wide. So you're going to save up to 35% of your space. 5.5 litres per basket. That's a lot of chips. That's a lot of meat. You get all chickens in there. Plus, you can cook 4 different foods at once because you have those little trays that sort of, they section each basket. So you can cook 2 foods in each basket, 4 in total. Preset functions, so you just literally press a button, set it, forget it, walk away. And you have the Vortex technology. This is superheated hot air, basically, or rapid circulating air. And that essentially just does the job of an oil with frying. But you can air fry, you can grill, you can roast, and you can bake as well. So yes, you can do all of your cooking in this just like you would with your main oven. You can use all your trays and trivets and ramekins and dishes and bowls and all of that sort of stuff if you wish to as well. Now, you can have all the food finished cooking at the same time. Or if you're cooking 2 different meals, things that cook at different temperatures, different times, you can have them finish at the same time. You can save up to 70% of your electricity bill as well because these don't require preheating. You're not heating a massive space. You think about this, right? Let's say you cook a quiche and you put it in a regular oven. It can take 20 minutes to heat up, right? And then you're putting a little dish in this huge capacity box and you're wasting all that electricity just to cook a little wee quiche. Whereas this, it doesn't have that issue because you're using the space wisely. And at £104.99, we've also spread the cost for you, or you can spread the cost. You can see here, 3 interest-free payments on PayPal Pay in 3 of £36.98 times 3. It is super duper. Get one while you can. Now, this is a 48-hour special. It's Rob's pick. It's my special price. We were going to do it just for this show, but we've decided, because I'm here with you tonight and tomorrow night, so this is going to stay at this price just for my shows. So in other words, at 3 a.m. tomorrow night, or the morning after today, 48 hours from now, it will go back up. And it will probably go back to our regular price of £129.99. So get it now for £104.99. It's the lowest price on the market. Feature rich, and I'll take you through it all in a moment. We've got so much to see tonight, though, but we're going to start, actually, with a product that we only have literally double figures of. We have very low stock. It's leftover stock from our last presentation. And this is the Paint Blast. It is an electronic painting or paint sprayer. 10% of the stock has already gone since we were on STV in Scotland, and this will, I'm confident, sell out in absolutely no time at all. It's such a great price. But you can see all the other products that we've got coming. We've got the liquid collagen from ERC at a superb price. We have some amazing fans. One in particular I'm going to get for myself and for my lad. And we also have the Miracle Chamois here tonight. My favourite product. It literally saved my bacon, that did, when we had a flood in the kitchen. And something that is going to save you from turning into bacon, fried bacon, the Cool Zone pad, which it's a special material that basically is scientifically proven to reduce heat buildup by 50%. Tonight, the chances are very high that you may be watching this show because you were lying in bed and couldn't sleep because it's too flinging fanging hot. And when we get to those nights where it's 20 degrees still at night, as it is tonight, what do? You know, it's almost impossible to stay cool. This will keep you cool. This will set you free. But we've got to get into Paint Blast. It's about to sell out. Grab it while you can. If you dilly, if you dally, you will miss it. So let's blast away with the Paint Blast. Okay, I thought we were going to go to a video, but we're not ready for it, apparently. Okay, all right, I'll read this instead then. Fast and powerful. It's the high efficiency 600 watt motor. That is something that really is important here because what it gives you is high volume, low pressure. That's what's important, right? That gives you maximum coverage with very little overspray. It works quickly. I don't like this sentence. It says the strong motor allows you to paint an entire room in less than 2 hours. Well, how big's the room? But I think they mean an average sized room. It's quick anyway. No spills or splatters. You can paint all your surfaces quickly and mess-free, avoiding dirty paint rollers and dripping paintbrushes, and also paintbrushes that cost you a lot of money and rollers that cost you a lot of money that you're going to throw away probably, or you're going to leave in a jar of turpentine for months or even years, and then they're rock hard when you go to use them again, and you still throw them away even if it's months or years later. Also, it can do what paint brushes and paint rollers can't do. Paint rollers are great on flat surfaces. Paint brushes are good for detail work. This will do detail work, it will do flat surfaces, it will do nooks and crannies and textures and, you know, things like Artex, things like pebble dashing, rendering, any uneven surfaces. You can do furniture with it. You can reclaim, if you want to reclaim and spruce up some old furniture. You can get between fine detailing. You can do fencing. And it's not just paint. It's paint, it's creosote, it's stains, it's varnish, it's any liquid sort of coverage medium pretty much. And the instructions are explicit on how you can, they literally list everything you can think of that you can use this machine for. And you can adjust the spray size as well. So you can do a very fine spray or you can do a very wide spray. But instead of me sitting there just yabbering on about it, we're going to see it in action here at Sean and Hayley with Charlie.
Now, you can use pretty much any type of paint in this, as long as it's a smooth paint. So it could be fence paint, decking paint, which you're going to be doing in a moment. It could be oil-based paint, water-based paint, varnishes, lacquers, enamels, it keeps
Brilliant.
on going.
Great.
Yes, you can use this indoors, you can use this outdoors. So from your walls to your ceilings, to your architrave, to your skirting boards, to your doors, you can use it pretty much anywhere around the home, guys.
And it's
great.
so nice to refresh your home. It's like perhaps you've been thinking about moving and you just can't afford to do it. If you actually just decorate,
Yeah, just bring it back.
it feels new and fresh again.
Now,
doesn't it?
we're going to step out the way so Charlie can get painting, because it is really important, obviously, to use your protective equipment like your face mask and your goggles there. But when Charlie gets painting, just watch the ease of use when it comes to this fabulous Paint Blast 4x4. It really is that professional finish.
Honestly, you always get professional finish on. So professionals, DIYers, absolutely anyone can use this. It's perfect. So all you need to do, it's very lightweight. I've loaded this full of fence paint right there. All you need to do, hold it about 20 minutes, about 20 centimetres from the surface, and just keep it moving, okay? Turn it on at the top there.
And it really is as simple as this. And you can see we're going up and down at the moment, but you can go side to side. You can actually do as well, and we'll show you decking, you can do ceilings. It doesn't matter what angle this is at, you're getting
That's
this
really
very
clever, isn't it?
clever sort of atomized spray that actually then allows you in one pass to get that perfect finish.
Perfect coverage, and again, if you go back to the other ways you've painted fences in the past, this makes it so much easier. We're not talking about hours, we're talking about minutes for a fence panel.
To do fence panels previously, it's probably taken you days. You've probably stretched it over weeks to actually get them finished, whereas you can actually get this done, you know, very easily over a weekend without any messy brushes, without any awful rollers, without a hassle. Allowing you to get as well, I think, which is really important, that professional finish, because these items that we spray paint look like you bought them like this.
It's like a factory finish, isn't it? Like we were saying, that factory finish, that perfect end to your fence panel that you can see there. It's up to you how many coats you want to do, but we're talking about under a minute there for that fence panel that we've seen.
I remember my father in our Orlando house years ago. We had a big garden. It had that fencing all the way around, and it took him about a week to go around with a paintbrush and creosote the entire fence, which had to be done every year. So, I mean, it cuts down the work time hugely. It could be decking. I mean, basically anything you want to paint. In fact, you know, when we've had repairs required in our flat, we had a leak above, and when they came to fix the water damage, they had a paint sprayer. I have it on good authority, actually, in I think it was the last show I did, from a couple of professional painter decorators, that they got these for them. They love these. It's not, you know, look, there are bigger industrial machines, but for most people, you don't need those. This is perfectly the right amount of everything in terms of capacity and power for use around the home, you know, domestically. A quarter of the stock was already gone. I said we didn't have many of these. Honestly, it's a great bit of kit. It's very versatile. Now, you do need to actually dilute whatever it is that you're going to cover, whatever it is that you're covering. But there are explicit instructions on how to do it, and you actually get a viscosity meter that allows you to accurately make sure that, well, if it's paint or if it's varnish or it's creosote or stain or whatever it happens to be, that it is just the right consistency, because it needs to be a little bit thinner, not a lot. And it tells you what also to thin it with. So if it's water-based paint, it presumably would be water. If it was, let's say, for example, gloss paint, then you would probably use some sort of thinner. But it's all in the instructions, and I tell you what, that's one of the best instruction booklets I think I've ever seen. But you can get away from paintbrushes, you can get away from rollers dripping everywhere, going hard, and they don't work very well, because, you know, knocking the bucket off the top of your ladder, and actually so many people that I know, they try to do it themselves and then they give up and they get a professional round, and you know, they come in and oh dear, you know, who'd you get to do this then? And when you get the bill, it's massively expensive. There's no reason you can't do it yourself. And this reclaiming furniture, maybe you've got some old patio furniture, maybe you've got an old barbecue. You know, you can use metallic paints in this if you want to. The only thing you can't use in this are masonry paints that have any type of gritty texture inside them, because it would mess up the machine, obviously. You've got a big hopper, holds an awful lot, and it's really easy to clean as well. In fact, if we've got time, if it hasn't sold out, we're pushing towards half the stock already now, then we'll show you how easy it is to clean. And it's time saving, it's effort saving, it's really quite fun to use. And at the end of the day, you get professional results at home when you do it yourself. often DIY we sort of associate with being, make it rubbish. I mean, there are some DIYers who are very good at what they do, but for the odd jobs people like myself who just want to do a little something around the flat, I wouldn't dream of painting around my flat because I wouldn't know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it right. But you put this in my hands, and it's almost impossible to do it wrong. And again, what do you do with walls? What do you do with textures like rendering, brick, doors? Anything with detail. Maybe you've got coving that's got a decorative pattern in it. And look, wicker. How do you do wicker? You can't. There's only one way to do wicker, and that's with a paint sprayer. And also, because it goes on so evenly, it dries very evenly and it dries very quickly. I remember my father always used to get me to do the painting around. We had a shop, a bridal shop actually, not horses, weddings, and when we moved into the shop, I had to paint all the doors and things like that. And you get brush marks. You get if you buy the cheap brushes, you get hairs in the paint. You get drips. As soon as you go around a bit of decorative stuff in the door, you press too hard. There's too much paint. It drips down. It dries. The drips dry, and then you've got to try and take them off or go over them again. Or it's a nightmare. And in fact, actually, I think we've got an internal door, a video of an internal door, which sort of illustrates what I'm saying. We are at half the stock gone. It's checkout now. It's fastest finger first. It literally is the next sort of 10 people or so to get to the phones who will win the chance to have this. Well, I say win, pay for the chance to have this. It's only $79.99. Paul, my director, paid 25 quid for a set of 3 paintbrushes the other day, and the one only used one, and the one he used ended up having to throw it away. So you're just throwing, good money after bad. 60% of the stock gone. Here's the next clip, because it's probably the last one you're going to see.
So do a door, wall, I've got a bedside table to upcycle and a radiator cover, which are a nightmare. Should we get cracking?
No stopping you. You get going. Again, pop your mask on, and honestly, the results can be absolutely fantastic. Quick and easy, but that professional finish that we keep telling you about. So that door won't look like you've hand painted it. It'll look like that's how the doors came. That's a professional of the factory finish.
Yeah.
Exactly the right
And
word,
that's the difference you get, isn't it, with a machine like this? That coverage, in that one pass over that you see there, really uniform, dries really uniform
hardly
as well.
any overspray as well. So a bit of masking tape around the door and you'll be able to just go for it, getting a great finish and allowing you to do things so quickly and so easily. So all of a sudden, decorating indoors isn't a big, massive job that you think I'm going to have to take a week off work. You get things done in a weekend. It's brilliant.
We said indoors and outdoors. We did a fence panel a little bit earlier in the show in less than a minute. But you're seeing how quick you're getting into all those areas. You're not leaving any drips, any brush marks, any bits of brush behind.
And the other thing is it's clean, it's safe to use inside as well. And it's got this high volume, low pressure, so minimal overspray. So obviously normally you'd be doing this inside. But for us here, studio-wise, easier for us to do all of this outside. But this would be in your home. This would be your walls, your ceiling. Don't even have to take the door off the hinges. You paint it in situ.
Yeah, and all those different types of paint that we talked about, gloss, lacquers, varnishes, stains, satin, eggshell, wood preservatives, metal paints we talked about, because you can go from one surface to another depending on the paint, remember.
Indoors, outdoors, it makes no odds, and of course you choose the paint that's right for the product you're painting onto, but it will virtually work with all of those paints like Sean said, so you can actually go along to your store, choose the colour that you like and revamp your whole home in just 2 minutes. That's one side of the door done and dusted, and it looks absolutely brilliant.
Now, Charlie's going to show us on the panel that we've got here, whether you want to do upright, whether you want to do side to side. It's so simple, so straightforward, whether you want to do stenciling, and Charlie's going to show us that precision now, isn't he?
Well, you can see here, first of all, if you're going up and down like we were doing on the actual door, you've got a setting for that, or you can alter that setting that allows you then to go left to right. So all depending what what you're doing, it allows you to get that precision. But then there is a precision setting. So if you want to do something like stenciling, and you can actually alter how much paint comes out.
Yeah, that shows you behind the trigger there, it limits the amount of paint that comes through.
Complete control.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So you can get the right amount of paint, so you can do precision things such as this, or great stenciling, which is a really nice idea. Perhaps you can see the light there as well that's just come on. If you are in sort of dark areas, pop that light on, allowing you to see into cupboards and things like that.
And then the fact that you've got the stencils, this is a great way to transform a room, isn't it?
I think kids' rooms, and perhaps
Look at that.
you've got a baby coming and you can stencil onto the rooms, can really personalise. And actually, there's a lot of nice sort of hallways and living rooms, the words you can put up, which are really nice.
Lots of scrolls and things, really meaningful sayings that you can decorate your rooms
and you can
with.
and you can do it. This is for the complete beginner right through to a professional.
Yes, what she said. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just limited stock. Do that again, Leslie. This is new. I asked. Apparently it's always been there. I said, can we pulse things? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's pulsing. No, basically, we're oversubscribed on this now. We're just waiting for it to check out. We've got more people trying to order it than we actually have available. So look, I'm sorry, it's whoever checks out first. You've got to pay for it and to get it, obviously. Congratulations, well done if that's you. If you go to the phone 0333241241, it'll hold one for you while you complete your order. If you're ordering online, you have to hit the checkout now. There are all the offers that are on today. These amazing pans at $74.99. The Cool Zone, if you are watching because you can't sleep, because it's hot, and it is probably still about 20 degrees out, isn't it? Something like that, even at this time in the morning. This is the solution. It literally is, it's scientifically proven to reduce heat buildup by 50%. You lie on it, it's a pad. You've also, by the way, got these cooling pillow cases. They have the cooling technology, if you want to call it that, both sides, and you get an extra £5 automatically off at checkout. So normally £34, we've got it for $29. It'll take that off automatically, and it is cap postage as well. The first $4.95 you only pay it once, so you can have as many of those as you want. If there are two of you in the in your bed and the little one said I'm hot, then you can literally get a pair of whatever it is you need, or stock up on your advanced liquid collagen from ERC. I will talk about that later. Since I learned about that a week ago, I've got my own. It's something I'm taking religiously. It's really essential. It's gone from your screen now, but I could talk all night just about that. And we've got the Miracle Chamois. This literally saved my bacon, or my son's bacon actually, when we accidentally, and I say we, I meant he, flooded the kitchen and most of the living room, or at least the beginning of most of the living room. So I'm exaggerating slightly just for dramatic effect. But that honestly soaks up to 20% of its weight in water. A year's guarantee on a cloth, and it's more than just a cloth. It's phenomenal. Now I've got these are my sort of choices tonight, presenter picks, but this is Rob's pick, ladies and gentlemen, because I love air fryers. I have several of them now. I've got air fryer grills. I've got regular air fryer. I've got one in Warrington. I've got 3 in my flat in Croydon. I bought them for my sister and for my parents, who now have them as well. It's the only way to go, really, I think, when it comes to cooking, because this and a good set of pans like the tower pans, we don't have those tonight. We don't have them available yet. What is great about this is it is stackable. So normally dual air fryers go out this way. It's about the same depth as a normal air fryer. This is about 46 centimeters deep, but it's only 23 centimeters wide, so it takes up about the size of width of a toaster, a single toaster. I'm going to come around the front because I'm going to give you a really whistle-stop tour on this, okay? But before, or as I go, let me just tell you, the prices are extremely good. If you've wanted a stacking air fryer, and look, if you buy the brand Leader, the one that, like the not a Samurai, the other type, they wear a lot of black. They're great because that's what I've got loads of those, that particular brand, machines from that particular brand in my home, but they cost, well, 3 times as much, basically. Yeah, three times for most of the things that I paid for and bought, or bought and paid for. So this is at $104.99 is market beating, we believe. We've looked everywhere, haven't found it for a better price. And I specifically asked the buyer, myself and I, if she could do an extra special deal just for, well, it was going to be just for the show tonight. But, sorry, just waving hi to TikTok. But she said, I'll tell you what, I'll do you one better. I'll give it to you for 48 hours. So I'm with you just 2 nights this week. So tonight and tomorrow night. And so for basically the next 46 hours, 47 hours, something like that, 46, 47 hours, it's going to be at this price, but then the price will go back up to our normal price is about $129.99. I ignore the $299.99. That's the recommended retail price, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone's got that in the marketplace, but that's the price that the manufacturer gives us. It's the price we have to put. So we're just trying to work out actually what the time is. Or maybe it's 20. It's not 40. It's not 48 hours. It's 26 hours. Just get it now. It's the easiest way. Or I'll tell you that tomorrow night. Now, first of all, the Paint Blast has sold out. It's sold out. It's sold out. Ta-da! We can pulse it as well. We get there. It's a throbbing sold out. Right, okay, so whistle stop tour on this. It's flying. I'm not surprised. I don't know what the stock levels are. No, it's not frying, it's flying. It'll be frying in a minute. Okay, are you ready? It looks really, really stylish. You've got an LCD display at the top. Now, 2 baskets. Let me show you around the basket. Here we have a basket. You'll notice that it has aerated holes at the back. The reason is, if you look in there, you'll see there's a fan, and that's what's creating the super heat, the super circulating dry heat that goes through the back into the basket. You have a trivet on the bottom, right? And that raises the level inside the basket for 2 reasons. Number 1, excess fat drips down to the bottom. Throw it away if you want to get rid of too much fat. If you want to keep it as maybe something you're going to cook your roast potatoes in, or maybe you're going to use it to add flavour to your vegetables and things like that, do what you like with it. But it's also aerated, and that means that the air gets underneath the food and circulates all around the food. All that frying is, let's face it, is it's using a heated medium to surround the food and transfer that heat into the food to cook it. Yes? Yes, correct. This is exactly the same, except it doesn't use fat. It uses air that circulates very quickly. Now, that you'll get a whole chicken in there quite happily. But what if, let's say, for example, you fancy some asparagus with some smoked salmon, lemon smoked salmon? Well, you also, for each of the trays, you get this second trivet, which goes in there. So now you've got bi-level cooking. They always say that on infomercials, don't they? So it's got 2 levels. It's bi-level cooking, right? So you get that in both baskets. So you can actually cook up to 4 different foods, 2 times 2, across both the baskets, as you can see there, right? So nice stay cool handles, really excellent construction. It's very well made, this. So the basket goes in. You get exactly the same replicated in the bottom basket as well. Oh, by the way, please notice inside, I'm not doing a magic trick. Put some sort of rodent in there, it disappears. This is all complete, each compartment's completely sealed. There's no way that flavour or temperature or anything can transfer from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. So if you've got someone who's a vegetarian or a vegan and they're cooking in one of the compartments, you could have a total metasaurus doing their steaks in the bottom. By the way, steaks in this are fabulous. And incidentally, great thing about air frying, because the superheated air really sears the outside very well, and then cooks the inside at an even temperature. And I find all food that comes out my air fryer, and I will not cook anything else, or I will not cook anything in anything else other than an air fryer, really, or an air grill, or similar technology, except unless I'm sautéing something in a pan, you know, obviously, because it comes out beautifully succulent, really, really beautifully succulent. So what I'm going to do, can I ask for my assistant to help me out here? Assistant, would you mind bringing me my ingredients, please? If we'll put a little video in because apparently Dave's too ugly to be seen on television. I had a whole thing planned, but don't worry. This here is, so look, you're going to save a whopping 35% of counter space and 5.5 litres capacity for each, which again, you'll get a whole chicken in there, or look, loads of salmon, veggies, and I'll tell you what, you could actually put the meats on the top section, and then the wonderful flavours will drip down onto the veggies underneath. So it's a great way of seasoning and moistening your vegetables or whatever it is you cook underneath it. And again, you don't actually have to add any fat. You can use a little spray if you want to, and that's really like with chips and things. Really, that's just to add flavour, and not even flavour. It's to help things brown. But you can bake, you can roast, you can grill, you can air fry. You've got a very, very simple to use display, which I'll show you in a moment. So what I was going to do is I was going to demonstrate the display, and then David was going to hand me the food. But that's all right. He's got it all out now, which is lovely. Do you want to stay and help, Dave?
No.
Oh, thanks. He doesn't want to stay and help. Fine. So as you can see, it is a really, really good machine. And here we have it at such a great price. At Tower's own website, it's £119. At Curry's and Very, also £119. I believe it is also £119 at Freeman's and on Amazon. Go check if you want. Charlie's, it's £129, and Argos have it for £150. We launched it at £129.99. We've now slashed it by £25. We're at £104.99, which is we believe, a market-beating price, and you can spread the cost interest-free over 3 months, £36.98 per month, if you wish to do it that way. So let me show you. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cook single foods. So I have here some chicken wings. These are full chicken wings. So they just go in the trivet, all right? Now, to be honest with you, I always, halfway through, give them a shake. I believe this will even warn you when you're halfway through the cooking, you need to give it a shake. You can cram that. You could literally load up with chicken wings if you wanted to, or whatever it is you're cooking. Fries, for example. Could be regular potato fries, sweet potato fries, that sort of thing. So you don't have to really worry about separation. But, you know, I'm just going to do a few here, just for the, come here. Oh, sorry, need to wash that bit. That's all chickeny. I'm doing this because I don't want to touch the chicken, basically. So that's going to go in the top, right? Then, David, assistant David, floor manager Dave, would you mind passing me the chips, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Chunky chips. Look at those. Now these are I think, you know, like oven chips. You can do them. Obviously, you can cook straight from raw chips, or as we call them, potatoes. They look good. I love duck fat roast potatoes. Those are rather good. Right, Dave, I'm going to put that over there. So in the bottom, I'll take the trivet out again. I wonder how long that quiche would take to cook. Do we know? Oh, it's a pizza. It's about, do you know what? In you go. Right, give that a little shake. And then, because I think it will actually cook at a similar time. I should have planned that a bit better. Hold on. Excuse me. Da, 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 da. I'm putting the pizza on top. There we are. We'll keep an eye on it. Look, this is going to take about 18 minutes, so we'll come back to it later. So that's going in there. Right, now I've already switched it on. If I hadn't switched it on, you'll see on the control panel there's an on-off button. So you turn it on, you've got 1 and you've got 2. 1 is the top one, 2 is the bottom one. You've got your presets along the bottom, so there are fries, wings, steak, veg, bake, and then DIY is just set whatever you like. And this allows you to flip between time and temperature. Play, pause speaks for itself. Plus and minus for adjustments. And then you have 2 important features. There is Smart Finish, That is when you can cook two foods that are going to have different cooking times and temperatures, potentially, finish cooking at the same time. I'm going to use that. I'm going to show you that function. And then over here you have match cook. Now let's say you're doing a batch of chips in both baskets or a batch of wings in both baskets or whatever it happens to be, and you want the same time and the same temperature for both. That would be your match cook. However, we are going to do smart finish. I'm going to press that. I'm going to select basket number 1, and I'm going to, what was in the top one? It was the wings, wasn't it? And I'm going to select wings. Now, just for argument's sake, I'm going to actually, I tend to do my, it says 200 degrees. It goes up to 200 degrees, this, by the way. I would bring that down to 180. Oh, sorry, I need to select the temperature. I'd bring that down to 180, right? 20 minutes is, I believe, what it's going to suggest. Yeah, 20 minutes. And that's basket number 1 finished. Basket number 2 is the fries. Just now you can see both temperatures, just for a point of difference. I'm going to select the default, which is 200 degrees, and I think also for 20 minutes. Yes, it is. So that's it. So in 20 minutes time, this will all be ready, and David will keep an eye on it. And then what do? You press start. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Now, they're both cooking for 20 minutes, but they are both cooking at slightly different temperatures. Well, I suppose what I could have showed you, should I show, well, if I'd done a different time, then you'd have seen, it would have held the shorter time until it caught up with the longer time, and then they would have synced. So it's really, you can see how easy it is to use, right? And that's it. You set it and forget it. Like now I've set it, I can go off and tell you about collagen. I can tell you about the prices. I can tell you that if you go and look for this anywhere else in the marketplace right now, you're probably going to be paying a lot more money. You're going to be paying £119 if you go to Tower themselves, if you go to Currys, if you go to Very, or if you go indeed to Freeman's, or if you go to, what was the other one? Amazon. Oh yeah, Amazon. How can I possibly forget? If you go to Charlie's, then you're going to be getting it for £129. And if you go to Argos, you're going to be getting it for £150. So basically we did all the checks, and as far as we are aware, it is more expensive everywhere else by at least £15, and that is only essentially for about another 20, well, Leslie said 26 hours. Yeah, so the end of this show, then the whole of today, and then, yeah, that's right. And then I'm back on the air tomorrow at about, what time are we on tomorrow? I'm with Mark Rice about 1 o'clock, I think, 1 a.m. We're a bit later. So yeah, the end of the show tomorrow night with Mark Rise and me, the price will go back up to our normal price of $129.99. Now, sorry, Rich, I was going to pick that up anyway. There's nothing worse for a camera operator when they get a nice shot of something and then the presenter goes and whips it out the way. This, do you know what? If you're watching right now, well, put it like this, if you're not watching right now, you're not going to hear me say this anyway. But if you're watching right now, this could be one of the most important supplements that you need to take. And I really mean that. And I only found this out the other day. I've kind of had brushes with collagen in the past, but I sort of understood it. But nothing really made me like, oh my God, I've got to take this. This is the thing that's missing from my health regimen and from my vitamin supplementation. This is liquid collagen, but it's more than that. It's better than that. It's advanced liquid collagen, and it is advanced marine collagen. So you've got types 1 and 3 collagen in here. I'll explain what those are all for in a minute. And you've also got hyaluronic acid and B vitamins and various other important things that help with absorption and help to enhance the benefits of this drink. It's 10,000 milligrams. Why? Because that's really the maximum that your body can take on a daily basis. You may be able to get 12, 13,000 milligrams, but beyond that, any more is just getting wasted. Collagen, your body is made up of roughly a third of your body is made up of collagen, is what I was trying to say. And here's unfortunately the bad news, because it's not just, it's your hair, your skin, your nails, but also the cartilage between your joints and things like that. Here's the rather unfortunate thing. From the age of 20 and maybe Leslie can show this graphic, from the age of 20, you're losing collagen, roughly 20, and it declines rapidly for the rest of your life. That's one of the main reasons you get wrinkles and sagging skin, and your skin loses its cohesion, because as the collagen depletes, collagen is, if you like, the foundation, the building block of your skin. And so when that goes, the skin also starts to degrade, I suppose is the only word I can think about it. The really sad part is, and I'm really sorry, ladies, there are differences between collagen loss in men and collagen loss in women. Women lose it faster, and in your menopause, you lose about 20% of your body's collagen just in that period that you go through the menopause. I know it sucks. I'm very sorry about that. But here is literally the solution, because you can put collagen back, which can help give you less aches, less pains in muscles and joints. This has 100% natural flavoring. There's no sugar in it. It's calorie free. This can help give you firmer skin. It's also designed to give you quick collagen absorption, because the marine collagen has a very small molecular structure, which is it's much easier to permeate through the gut microbiome and into your system. So in other words, when you drink it, you're actually getting benefits from it, because so much more of it is absorbed compared to potentially other types of collagen, like bovine collagen. And if it's vegan collagen, if you are vegan, it's not really collagen. It's synthetic collagen. So you've got type 1, which is great for your skin, hair and nails. You've got type 3, which is great for your muscles and your joints, and the hyaluronic acid, which is essential for hydration. But can I quickly show, do you mind, Leslie, last slide, that one with the different types of skin? By the way, it's delicious as well. You take a shot every day. If you're a day person, take it in the morning. If you're an evening person, take it in the evening. It's going to give you a shot of energy. With the B vitamins will give you quite a boost of energy as well. So don't drink it before you go to bed. But in your 20s, you can see here, the white is the collagen fibers, right? So in your 20s, you've got lots and lots and lots of collagen fibers, and the free radicals start attacking the surface. Environmental damage as well is a big factor here. So by your 30s, you can see that the first signs of aging start to appear. Dull, lackluster skin, that kind of thing, because you've got far fewer collagen fibers. See? Then you hit your 40s, and now it's getting really depressing, because the collagen fibers are really, really reducing. Significant dullness, aging, dark spots, skin sensitivity, skin sagging. Your skin doesn't bounce back like it used to. And then in your 50s, the story just gets worse and worse and worse. But the good news is that when you've got a high quality collagen supplement like this, look, you're never going to beat the signs of aging. You can't ever put enough collagen into your body. Your body won't absorb enough to be able to take in as much as you're losing. But you can get close, and you can at least put as much back as your body will allow you to, which is about 10,000 milligrams a day. This is, I think, more important even than a daily multivitamin. This is literally what is helping you to reduce the signs of aging. I absolutely love this. And here is Diane from ERC with Sean and Hayley on a different day and a different time, a different place, to explain to you in even more detail why you should absolutely get this right now.
Diane joins us. Now, your background is beauty. You were a beauty therapist for a number of years, and you still are, really.
Absolutely. So, background, yes, all about beauty, anything to do with skin and health and how we can treat the body and really look after the largest living organ. I mean, simple as.
Liquid collagen has blown me away.
Liquid collagen is, now we originally started to develop this just for skin, and then we had the benefits of it's amazing for not only skin, but for hair, for nails, and for joints. So if you think about collagen, we know over 70% of the body, of the skin, is made up of collagen, but over 30% of the protein in the body is collagen.
Gosh.
And we'll deplete that year after year after year.
So that can be your joints, your ligaments.
Your joints, your ligaments, your tendons. Collagen is the building block of everything within the body.
And this is the depletion we're talking about.
And we see ourselves as we age, but we feel as we age as well, don't we?
And it might be something as simple as, you know, a roll over in bed isn't just a quick flip, or a get up from the couch isn't as easy as what it used to be. You go for a walk and you feel a bit stiffer, or you exercise and it takes you more than a couple of days to recover. So this collagen is great because it literally, you are going to take one shot per day for 10,000 milligrams of collagen.
Now that's important, the dosage,
That's
isn't
huge, absolutely. So really, there's lots of other collagen brands out there. Some of them might be 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. This is 10,000 milligrams, and it's only one shot.
Wow.
That's the other beauty. And it's in a liquid formulation.
And it tastes great.
It tastes great.
It tastes great. I've got mine in my fridge. It tastes amazing. Every morning my body wants it.
And when you don't take it, that's when you know, don't you?
Isn't it amazing?
I find I'm more tired. So, you know, out and about a lot. If I miss a day or two, it's amazing how I notice my energy levels start to decline. But when I take it regularly, every day, you know, one of these bottles will last you 3 weeks, 20 days, and a 25ml shot each and every day.
Okay.
But for me, it's part of my morning routine. Wake up, open the fridge, out comes the milk for the coffee, out comes the collagen's taken, the kettle's on, it goes back, and I'm done. And it's the simplicity of it that is beautiful.
It is that super boost. Now, when it comes to advanced liquid collagen, it is about all those results. The flavour is gorgeous, but it's going to help with things like skin, hair, nails. There's so many benefits.
Absolutely. And this is the way, you know, topically, we're great at sort of working on the face area, maybe the hands, but we're not as great with the body skin, okay? This treats literally from the top of your head to the tips of your toes in one 25ml shot.
Because we notice the difference under our arms, don't we, as we age? our legs at top of your knees.
Exactly.
What goes on?
The texture changes, the skin changes. You're losing those fatty acids. The collagen is depleting. So this is a super simplistic way. Take one shot each and every day. And it's the 25ml. That's what gets me. It's that one little baby shot. The measuring cap comes literally as your measure. So the cap comes, it's included. Take one of those, but you are treating from up here down to the base of your tippy toes.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Beauty from inside out, but it's not just about your skin and your hair and your nails, it is about your joints as well. I've got mum onto this. She's in her 80s. Her next birthday, she's 86. It's never too late, is it, to make that difference?
It's never too late. I have a neighbour of mine who calls it his magic potion. Joe is 86, and he's like, I've run out of the magic stuff, Diane. Where is it? And his wife, Margaret, she's about 82. Margaret comes along. You got any magic potion? I've got magic potion for you. But I think it's that whole, if you find that you are feeling a little bit more stiff, if you just don't feel that you've got the energy you used to have, or maybe you're trying to recover from an operation, you know, sometimes, or you've been on like meds for lots of years, and sometimes your body just needs that boost. This is a great way, a healthy way, because it's packed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, so they're the most prolific and abundant in the body naturally. It's also got the gorgeous hyaluronic acid in there. Now, we love that for skin, but we also love it for joint mobility and motion. We've then got things like vitamin C. We've got B4, B5, B7, B6, B12. It is absolutely packed.
They're all vitamins we hear constantly our bodies should have, aren't they?
Totally. So all the vitamins are packed in here. We need obviously the vitamin C to help it get all around the system. But we've then got things like biotin. So with your hair, if you're struggling with fine hair, lots of breakage, perfect. If your nails feel really, really weak, I mean, I've laughed now. My nail girl is like, not again. Every 2 weeks, she's like, do they need cutting again?
Why are they growing so quick?
Because they're growing so quickly, and she's literally like, no gel on you. You can only have polish these days because it's just like, it's a super thickness. So it really is about, it's about strength. It's about sort of helping to repair and rebuild what's natural in the system through one single shot a day.
Can I just be honest with you? It says one single shot a day, 20 days worth, so about 3 weeks. I was naughty, I had another one. Because it's so lovely. But the thing is that your body can only absorb about 10,000 optimum, maybe, like, you know, if you're older like me, you might get away with 12, 13,000. But basically, most of that second shot I did is it was wasted. My body will just flush it out. It does taste good though. Multi-buy, we can't keep this in stock. It's half price. And ERC, Epidermal Research Centre, they really do make premium quality products. So check it out. Get it before it sells out. You know, collagen will deplete from your body, but this will deplete from stock very rapidly. Now, the food is almost ready. I think we've got about 7 minutes, something like that, 6-7 minutes. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's check in. Oh no, 5 minutes. Oh, it's looking good. So we'll keep that going, I think. Excellent. That was young David there. Now, don't worry. It's the trust. We'll trust the cooking time. Now then. Oh my gosh! I literally feel like I just put a bag of ice on my crotch and my legs, and you know, just the general area, because it's so lovely. This is the Cool Zone, Seriously Comfortable Cool Zone pad. It's 90 by 190 centimetres. It's a personal cooling pad, so if there are 2 of you in a bed, you need 2. It has a pillow, a section at the top where you can put some pillows, or a pillow, in fact, and it's made out of special cooling fibres that are impregnated in the cloth. That doesn't sound very sciencey, but that's all the information we have. As far as I know, it could be witchcraft. I don't know, and I don't care. It works. It's voodoo. And it is scientifically proven to reduce heat build-up by up to 50%. The second you touch this, it feels cold. It literally feels like it's come out of the fridge, but it hasn't. It's been sitting on the back of this sofa the whole night. And you know, look, come on, let's be honest, folks. Let's not beat around the bush, shall we? Today was in London 29 degrees, I think, 28 degrees in Warrington, well, Manchester, in the northwest where we are right now, where our studios are. 22 in Ayrshire, 23 in Fife, or 23 and a half, I think it was. And now at 14 in the morning, Leslie, our producer, is about to check, but I bet you it's 18 degrees. Now, 18 degrees is a warm day. I know when I go back to the crew house tonight, well, all of us go back to, well, not all of us actually, Leslie and Paul are going home, but when David, my son, and I go back to the crew house tonight, the windows will be open and we're going to be lying in bed. Now, fortunately, we have mulberry silk bedding, which helps a lot. But you know what? Mulberry silk with this, I mean, it's going to help you sleep at night. It's supposed to be up in around the 30s for the rest of the week. They're saying it could be one of the hottest summers on record. We've skipped 2 decent summers, haven't we? And in Europe, they had scorchers. They reckon we're going to get that this year. So look, I'm just saying, the one thing that we don't have in this country in abundance is air conditioning. Fans get to a point where the temperature's so hot that all that you're doing is all the fan is doing is moving the hot air around, and you don't really get any benefit from it anymore. So unless you're going to install air conditioning, the one thing, I mean, the alternative to this is a flannel, wet flannel in the fridge, or wet flannel even in the freezer, cold compress kind of thing. It sucks, doesn't it? Let's be honest. It really it sucks. And this is going to help bring you relief at night when you sleep.
I used to think that I would always have to suffer from sleeping hot. That was until I got my hands on the Personal Cool Zone by Seriously Comfortable. All you have to do is place the mat down where you want it to go, pop your favourite pillow inside, and most importantly, lie down and enjoy wonderful cooling across your entire body. Enjoy a great night's sleep and wave goodbye to hot nights. Get your Personal Cool Zone mat today.
Now I've changed my mat. Thank you very much, lady. Don't know her name. She was cool, literally. Now it's a pillow, but it's in one of the Cool Zone pillowcases, and you get a twin pack. Now you will get an extra £5 off at checkout. Normally we have these for £34. Also important to notice that they are the Cool Zone fabric, which is scientifically proven, scientifically proven, not clinically, to reduce heat build-up by up to 50%. And you have it, as Ross said about Rachel's letter, front and back. You see? You'd rambled on for 18 pages, front and back. Remember that? I love Friends. It's seriously cool. And honestly, I swear to you, it feels like it's just come out the fridge. And you know, you actually lose the majority of your body heat through your head, because basically your body is an engine to keep your brain alive. Actually, technically your body is a stomach and your brain drives it. And so your body keeps your head alive to move your stomach around so that you can eat. It's true. Single cell organisms, they were just stomachs. And they waited for the food to come to them. And then evolution said, or whatever you believe, hang on, if we move around, we can take the stomach to the food. And we've sort of grown from there. You know, if you get hot at night, and do you turn your pillow? Do you sweat into your pillow? Well, yes, is obviously the answer to all of those questions. This is going to seriously add some comfort to your sleep at night. £34, actually it's £29. It's another one of my picks. It's another special offer. I've all these specials are only until the end of my last show, which is tomorrow night. And when you add it to the basket, you can see it automatically takes the extra £5 off. Actually, it pays for the what do you call, not shipping? What country are we in again? For the P&P. But it is actually what was I going to say? Capped P&P. So you can add as many of these if you've got double beds, guest bedrooms, kids' bedrooms. The kids screaming, "Dad, Mom, I can't sleep." Cool Zone. Aha! Now, I'd like to introduce you to my good friend, Chamois. Here he is, the Miracle Chamois, actually. The only cloth that I know that's got a year's guarantee. Yes, anything happens to your cloth in a year, you can get your money, well, get a replacement, basically. But if you don't like it, you can get your money back. It's all on that little green piece of paper. Now, this is a buy one, get one free deal, so you get 6 cloths instead of 3. 4 of the large, 2 of the small. You can cut them down to size if you want to have smaller, like, you know, washing up cloths and things like that. They are fabulous washing up cloths, but they are better drying up cloths. Instead of an old tea towel that doesn't absorb anything, these absorb up to 20 times their weight in water. And so they're wonderful for the car. Do you know what? What did I do the other day I discovered I got some, when Amazon delivered some, I don't know, refrigerated items that I purchased. They came in these sort of cool packs. So they were cool packs inside the box. Oh, air fryer's finished. So I put them in the freezer because I thought, oh, I'll keep those. And they built up basically my ice box in my fridge into one complete block of ice. So I defrosted the freezer and the Miracle Chamois at the bottom to stop any drips. Amazing. Hurrah! Okay, let's go to the air fryer, Robin. Or I suppose I should say to the air fryer, Robert. Seeing as that is my real name, my legal name. Yes, we're going to the 11-litre dual air fryer. Oh, man, that smells good. Actually, I'm coming round the front. David, can I have my tongs? I need something to put the food in. I need something to serve the food with, thank you. There's the Miracle Chamois, it's £20. Well, hopefully, if we get a bit of time later, I will show you some video. When last we left off, our wonderful tower stacking air fryer was cooking chicken wings in the top. And it was cooking chips, I suppose. Chips and also a mini pizza. Thank you. Now he's shy all of a sudden. Shall I just put it in these plates? We've not got any clean tongs, no? All right then. What do you want to do first, ladies and gentlemen? You want to go chips and pizza, or do you want to go chicken? Pizza. They said pizza. Right. Rich, I'll move this around. I've got to remember there's chicken juice on there. No. Did you clean it? Oh, clever boy. OMG, ladies and gentlemen. One personal pizza. Now, look at that. I can't. It's slightly well done. I mean, I should have done the chips for about 18 minutes. But, so you've got any plates? Help me out here. Thank you, sir. But so yeah, but do you know what? I say that's pretty much. Maybe a couple of minutes less would be good. You got to be assertive, boy. Just bring me the blooming thing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I've got to get this out without burning myself. Let's do that, shall we? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? This is the biggest plate we have, is it? You're not having any of these. They're all going to go everywhere. Oh, that's the oil. Honestly, you can't get the blooming staff, can you? This is when nepotism goes horribly wrong. But look, folks, I mean, I ain't kidding around here. I threw these in quite literally. There was nothing graceful about this operation. Oh, I so want to eat one of these, but I can't. Look. Now, wait a second. Before David goes and clears stuff away. Right. First of all, may I just, Rich? Listen to this. Hold on. Did you hear it? Oh. Right, okay. Mr. Locke, please stand there. Oh, so that one's for my homies.
It's all going wrong.
No. Chip. Be careful, don't burn yourself. Good? Lovely. The price is going up, folks. Dave, I'm going to kick this chip to you so it's not. I don't step on it. You ready? Here we go. Right, that's your chip. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with. I need to. Where are the tongs? Do you know where the tongs went? Are they dirty? Oh, okay. But sorry, I dribbled over there. Normally we plan these things. Wait, no. Ah, chicken not yet finished. Chicken needs a bit. It's not bad.
Seasoning.
I think it needs a. Now, to be fair, I did reduce the cooking time on that, didn't I? So should I put it on for a bit longer? The chicken. Yeah. So I'm going to go DIY 200 degrees, which is the maximum, and then I'm going to do. I think, and this is the great thing about air frying. Basket number 1, and I want to go to the time. There we are. And I think, what, 5 minutes? There, so that was DIY. Oh, I turned it off! I pressed the wrong button. Silly bum. Hold on. No, just everyone stay calm, please, honestly. Thank you, here we go. We're going DIY. Try that again. I will have a perfect set of wings. No, that's temp. No, Lord, I pressed the wrong one. Hold on. Temperature. Time. There we are. 5 minutes. Start. Et voila. And now the chicken wings are being blasted by the circulating air. And they will be brown and gorgeous. Yeah, good. So here we are. Whoa, what a price. But the chips look very good. In fact, I need to step away from the chips. It replaces your wide air fryer, your double air fryer, by reducing the size by half. You've got massive 5.5 litre capacity, which has a whole chicken per basket if you so desired, or a couple of poussons. Or you could do a joint. You could do a roast in there. Lack of ram, or rack of lamb, as I prefer to call it. When you don't have a rack of lamb, it's a lack of ram, isn't it? Let's be honest. And again, no additional fat. I didn't put anything on those chips. Now they've come out golden brown, texture like sun. But I could have spritzed them with a little, olive oil spray or something if I'd so desired. But really just for browning or flavour. You can roast, you can bake, you can air fry, you can grill. 6 presets as well. And it's quick, it cooks the food evenly, it cooks the food properly, thoroughly. And you can match cook if you're cooking the same time and temperature in both baskets, or if they're different times and different temperatures in each basket, you can have them, you can set it using the smart finish so they both finish cooking at the same time. £104 and 99 pence. If you were to go into the big wide retail world, this is what you would pay. £119. You could pay that if you want at Curry's, Tower, Very. Also at Amazon and Freeman's. Or you could at Charlie's pay $129, at Argos $150. But here we have, we believe, the market beating price of $104.99. Please take advantage of that price. It will go up at the end of my show tomorrow night. Now, also, I'm going to come around the back of the counter. Thank you, Floor Manager Dave, for being very helpful. I appreciate it. These are the Smart Start pans. I love these things. I really do. I love all the pans from Tower. Now, the only reason I don't have these is because we had a different set of stacking pans. These are full-time pans, if you like, because they have integrated handles, but they are riveted handles. And that means that because they're not screws, they're not going to come loose, they're not going to be wobbly, the pan's not going to fall off when it's full of stuff. These are forged aluminium. You get a milk pan, 18 centimetre, a 20 and a 22 centimetre saucepan with lids, tempered glass lids and steam vents, stainless steel handles and rims. And you also get the 20 and the 24 centimetre non-stick frying pans. They do have, now you know what that is. Hear this. Do you know what that means? That means I need to give the wings a flip. One sec. Oh, Dave, do you want to do it? It tells you halfway through. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Tells you when you need. Sorry, Rich. It tells you when you need to really turn them over, but that's fine. It tells you when you need to flip or shake the food halfway through. We missed that because I was over there. So you get the forged aluminium, which is coated inside and out with incredible non-stick that is 15 times stronger than regular non-stick. 6 layers. And these are only $74.99. That's £15 a pan. Stay cool stainless steel handles. They will go into the oven up to 220 degrees. Obviously, if they come out the oven, then yes, the handles are going to be hot. But if you've just used them on the hob, and it could be any type of cooking surface, gas, electric, halogen, Argo, Rayburn, and of course induction. They are induction safe. The inductor bonded steel induction base that gives you even heating, no hot spots. You can use metal utensils, and the frying pans also, by the way, they have a little tick mark in them, and when the temperature reaches 200 degrees, the red goes dull. And that means that they are up to temperature, so no more guesswork. You can put that sear on your steak, put the steak in at the right time, or whatever it is you're cooking, and you're going to save on time, energy, and money as well, because they are very energy efficient, these. 15 times stronger, as I said, 6 layers of Aeroglide Ultra non-stick coating. If you can stick something to these, you're a better person than I am, because I don't even know if glue would stick to those, to be quite honest with you. Anyway, we've got a little video, I believe. Is that right? Or are we going to reveal the chicken first? Is the chicken almost done? Seconds away. About 30 seconds, all the anticipation. How are they looking? Are they looking ready? Okay. Now, of course, when it comes to chicken, I'm going to go around the front. I always use a thermometer because you want to make sure that the internal temperature is correct. But to be honest, I normally do chicken for a bit longer. I normally do it for about 25 minutes, I think, in my air fryer. So this may not have been long enough. They are big wings. They're full wings. The what?
It was long enough.
It was long enough? Okay. Here we go. And the reveal. Oh, well. Shall I get them out? They're not quite brown yet. If you want a bit more colour on they are cooked by the looks of it. What do we reckon? Back in for a few more minutes? Yeah. And while we do that, just one sec. I'm going to put them... I don't think 20 minutes was long enough. I really don't. Because we didn't put any seasoning on them. Bear with. Just going to get the time. I'm going to do it for another 10 minutes. There we go. Right, it's cooked, it's just not browned yet. Anyway, we'll come back to that, but you get the idea. I'm going to wander around here. Pans. When last we left off, Rob Locke with an E was talking about the Tower Smart Start pans for $74.99, a price that made everybody jealous because it was good. And PayPal installations, or even installments, of just $29 or even just $26.98 a month. Here's Joe.
Porridge and rice can be a nightmare to try and do.
Really can. So our steak here is coming along beautifully. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, now I've turned the heat down there, just throw a little bit of butter into there, and then we'll put some rosemary into there as well, which is and then that gives you a really...
And that's really easy, but the flavours there, it's amazing when you just put a little bit of butter into a steak at that point.
And then what you can do, now the great
so
thing,
tasty.
The great thing here with this is that as well, now this is a metal utensil safe pan, so it means that I can take my metal my metal spoon if I want to. I can get in there and I can baste that, which is absolutely brilliant. So I would say use wood, plastic, nylon or silicone, but it's just like a little insurance
Yeah,
great.
because often we do grab and you can't find anything, or it's all in the washing up bowl, and you say you grab for that metal spoon. It's not the end of the world at all.
So what I'm going to do,
perfect porridge,
lovely steaming hot bowl of porridge, right? So we're going to put that in there, but what I'm also now going to do, let's take a little bit more of that out of there. What happens if disaster strikes? So what I'm going to do... What's that from? is that a good...
Seven.
It's from Strict.
Oh, is it? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that on to the highest heat now, and we will leave that.
So you're going to try and burn.
I'm going to try and burn it. Absolutely. Because porridge is a nightmare. So let's turn it up. We're going to go full temperature. This is like the ultimate disaster that you could have at home. So whilst that's happening, let's grab...
Leaving us by the disaster. I'm really impressed how even the heat is, because it's bubbling all
evenly all the way around.
It's trying to burn all of it, but we'll see the results, because the non-stick is absolutely incredible.
So we'll leave that to do its thing. Whilst that's doing its thing, let's serve up our steak, because what we now have is our steak done and cooked. So this steak has been in here for about, I don't know, 6 minutes maybe, something like that. Sealed it on a really nice high heat, and then
look at those juices come in. Oh wow!
And we've got that little bit of rosemary there too.
Nice.
Delicious.
What I'm going to do now though is we'll just get rid of the oil and fat that's in there. So let's just turn this hob off. Now, when it comes to cleaning these, a lot of the time with pans, we would clean them using, you know, a wet cloth. Let me show you. That's just dry paper towel.
Obviously, you'd wait for yours to dry, but just for demonstration purposes, look at that. You wouldn't even need to wash that now, but it's virtually clean. Look at that. But you'd always let your pans cool down. But the thing is, what you'll never do is have to soak them for hours and hours and hours.
Absolutely not. Let's just pop that on and we'll get that getting nice and hot. I think it's fair to say that
That looks...
I
can smell it now.
Now, a minute ago, I could smell the lovely steak, but now I'm just smelling bird. And this can happen, porridge, rice. How many times do you do rice and half of it's ruined on the bottom and you can only eat the top bit and then you can virtually throw the pan away because you think you soak it, you wash it, you soak it again, you soak it again, because nothing seems to come away.
Still on the heat, look at that.
You've definitely tried to burn that.
Let me show you what happens. I'm just going to...
This really is superior non-stick. Remember, up to 15 times stronger than regular non-sticks. 6 layers that you've got there in the pan itself. A great great gauge to the pan, and they are oven safe as well, up to 200.
I think that's burnt now. Should we turn that off? I think they say it's burnt. So
It smells
smells
pretty
really
bad.
I need something to put this on.
Do you want me to hold something and you can drop it onto it?
I just don't want to burn it.
We're trying to get the bin out. Oh, you're going to put it out the front.
Working it
Right,
out.
Let me just
Right.
grab this. So let me show you
Look.
what happens though, because it is like
Oh, look at that.
It's just peeling off.
look,
The
the pan
food's burnt.
just repels that. So no soaking,
Oh,
no
wow.
scrubbing. All I'm going to do is just go in, and I'm just going to take that off of there, which is incredible. So you can see
It just
all of
wipes
that
out.
comes straight out of
Anyone's
there.
worrying about Joe's safety, this is an induction hob.
So when the pan
General safety or
yeah.
Yes, you leaning over it. They were worried about your busts going on fire like in the film.
Mrs. Stoutfire. What are you going to do, Mrs. Stoutfire? Then?
Let's just take this off the hob here because this has got really hot now. I want to just quickly show you the amount of heat you can get into these if you want to. So if you do want to do something like a stir fry
Oh
in
gosh,
here,
yeah.
it's absolutely perfect for allowing
Oh, look how
you to do that.
quickly, I know we've had that on, but look how quickly that heated up. That was incredible.
Really, really fast. It really is. So we're just going to do a really quick stir fry in here. So just some stir fry vegetables straight into there.
Now, massively busy on our pans. Do keep checking your air fryers out, but you do please, whatever you've got in your basket, need to check your baskets through. It's been a fabulous
Great night.
morning in the kitchen. And what a great way to start our kitchen.
The price of these, our usual price, almost £200. So it's better than half price at $84.99.
And I think our first pan set, which is we're going back years, I'm sure they're about £350.
Well, if you remember, we used to work for a big pan manufacturer, and one pan, $84.99.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why this is such great value. And don't think these are inferior pans. These are the top of the Smart Start range, that ultra forged that you've got there, up to 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. And it literally just wipes clean. Fantastic non-stick, amazing bases on these that you get even heat distribution, riveted on handles, and oven safe up to 220 degrees.
And that smart technology even tells you when the pans are ready. You know, the frying pans are ready for you to put your food in. They're at that right temperature. Don't forget, you've got the 2 glass lids as well. The 20 centimetre will go onto the frying pan as well as onto the saucepan. You've got the opportunity to get these delivered to your door. And they will be, I think, one of the best purchases. Every home needs a good set of pans. And if you've got a mishmash of pans, different lids, the handles are falling off, you've got a pan set that goes into the oven up to 220 degrees, so you can bake in here as well, but also will go on to whatever hob. If you're buying these as a present, a wedding gift, a new home present, it doesn't matter what hob they've got. You can't buy the wrong set. They do look stunning,
And 220 degrees in the oven, that is really important because a lot of oven-safe cookware, you can't get it up to the kind of temperatures that you need to get it up to.
Yeah, it often says oven safe, but then when you look at the temperature,
absolutely,
you can't really cook much at 140 degrees. You know, not a great deal. You've got to want to whack it up a bit.
Yeah, unless you know you're doing something like a stew, then of course it'll be good for that.
Yeah.
But you want to be able to cook at much higher temperatures, and these will allow you to do that, which is fantastic. So here we go. We've got a stir fry. So I've just popped some egg noodles into there as well, and then I'm also going to add into here. I've got some teriyaki sauce.
A lot of places actually you can get like a set meal, can't you?
Yeah.
With a stir fry, a noodles and a sauce.
Yeah.
And again,
Yes, in the supermarkets,
Yeah, in the supermarket, and you could do it so when you've got the right pan for the job.
Yeah, and the great thing is that non-stick. You've added it. What sauce was that?
Just a hot teriyaki sauce.
Again,
I've
all
just
these
added
sauces
into
are
there.
normally traditionally really sticky, aren't they?
They really are. But again, really quick and easy to do. So if you did want to do something like a really quick fake away, these are super simple because we're not having to season it. We're not having to do any of those things. We're not worried about it going rusty. It's all
Clean
wiped
again.
out and it is clean and good to go. And that is because you've got a 6-layer non-stick, which is up to 15 times stronger than regular non-stick.
And that means you're not having to soak them for hours. That means that, you know, washing up isn't a real chore because they virtually wipe clean. They do go to the dishwasher, but I would say hand wash them because they will just wipe clean, let them drip dry. You don't need to throw them into the dishwasher and put away back in the cupboard, ready to use. And remember, incredible non-stick. So again, you don't have to use loads and loads of oil.
No, Panny. No! And that was little deadpan humour. I've used that 3 times now. I don't think I can do it again. These are good. No, they're not. They're great. As Simon Cowell would say, I don't like them. I love them. They are really seriously good. And they look wonderful in your kitchen, particularly if you've got hangy hooks. You know, my friend Phil, in his old kitchen, actually I think in his current kitchen, has a sort of rack where you can hang pans and things like that. Except in his old house, he used to bang my head all the time. But in the new one, I don't. So, what is that noise I hear? It's the air fryer. These are the Tower Smart Start Ultra Forged 5-piece cookware set. This is the Tower Smart Start Ultra Forged 5-piece cookware set. Induction safe and oven safe up to 220 degrees. All that stuff on the screen, they do that. Yeah. $74.99, but that is another one of Rob's picks. Rob's special price is just for you, ladies and gentlemen. Only though for until the end of my show tomorrow night. It stopped. Oh, this auto stops, by the way. What I love about air frying is if something isn't cooked fully, just bung it back in. Now, if that had happened, the chicken wings weren't quite done. And by the way, all air fryers are different. They're like people. You have to get to know them a bit. And so it's a suck it and see sometimes. Like the chips came out perfectly on the preset. The chicken, because they're big, they're not just individual bits of wings, they're the whole wings. They took a bit longer to get brown. And also, I didn't spritz them with any kind of spray, which normally would brown them more. I just chucked them in. I chucked me chicken. But now, yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, I can confirm that my chicken is well and truly cooked. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Now, to be fair, I should have known better. I'll tell you why, right? Because this was an air fry function. So I use the grill function at home because I've got a health grill and air fryer. It's one of the many machines I've got. And so they do take about 25 minutes. But air fry, it cooks a little bit slower. So, oh yeah. Oh boy. So I should really have known that they needed to go in for about half an hour. But again, it doesn't matter. Now the thing is, the difference, if you were using your regular oven, like that big clunky thing back there, you open it up, you inspect the chicken, and then, it's not quite done. You put it back in, and then it has to get back up to temperature again, doesn't it? There's no preheat time on this at all. So there we go. You know what? We've got, should I just leave those next to each other? I was going to sort of serve them together. Chicken, chips and pizza. The breakfast of champions. They've come out really well. And let me try, they are super crispy actually. It's probably going to be, sorry, I'm just winging it now. Oh! Ah! Wee! Wahoo! Ha-ha! That's a no. No, it's funny because I went to that famous chicken restaurant tonight. Wee! Ah! Look, it is perfectly done inside. It is steaming. Perfectly cooked and succulent. Ladies and gentlemen, £104.99. Tower Housewares, £119. Curries, very. £119. Also, didn't have room for it on the screen, but if you went to Freeman's or Amazon, then also £119. Charlie's £129, Argos £150. There are probably other retailers out there that have them at similar or higher prices. We, as far as we are aware, have them for the market-beating price of just £104.99. And this is legitimately, I don't know why we put our show pick, and it's not our show pick, it's Rob's pick for our show. It's Rob's pick and our show pick. It's everybody's pick. Because of course it is. It's your pick too because the price is so good. Excellent piece of kit. And what I love, this is new technology really because the stacking air fryers have only just started to become ubiquitous. So grab yourself one while it's at that price or the price will go up. Now, collagen. I love this stuff. This helps to mitigate nature's damage. As we get older, we lose collagen, we lose firmness in our skin, we lose all kinds of things, really, that I don't need to tell you about because we have an expert from ERC, along with Sean and Hayley, and Diane is the lady's name, and she'll tell you everything you need to know now.
Diane joins us. Now, your background is beauty. You were a beauty therapist for a number of years, and you still are, really.
Absolutely. So, background, yes, all about beauty, anything to do with skin and health and how we can treat the body and really look after the largest living organ. I mean, simple as.
Liquid collagen has blown me away.
Liquid collagen is, now we originally started to develop this just for skin, and then we had the benefits of it's amazing for not only skin, but for hair, for nails, and for joints. So if you think about collagen, we know over 70% of the body, of the skin, is made up of collagen, but over 30% of the protein in the body is collagen.
Gosh.
And we deplete that year after year after year.
So that can be your joints, your ligaments.
Your joints, your ligaments, your tendons. Collagen is the building block of everything within the body.
And this is the depletion we're talking about.
Yeah, and we see ourselves as we age, but we feel as we age as well, don't we?
And it might be something as simple as, you know, a roll over in bed isn't just a quick flip, or a get up from the couch isn't as easy as what it used to be. You go for a walk and you feel a bit stiffer, or you exercise and it takes you more than a couple of days to recover. So this collagen is great because it literally, you are going to take one shot per day for 10,000 milligrams of collagen.
Now that's important, the dosage, isn't it?
That's huge, absolutely. So really, there's lots of other collagen brands out there. Some of them might be 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. This is 10,000 milligrams, and it's only one shot.
Wow.
That's the other beauty. And it's in a liquid formulation.
And it tastes great.
And it tastes great.
It tastes great. I've got mine in my fridge. It tastes amazing. Every morning my body wants it.
Absolutely. And when you don't take it, that's when you know, don't you?
Isn't it amazing?
I find I'm more tired. So, you know, out and about a lot. If I miss a day or two, it's amazing how I notice my energy levels start to decline. But when I take it regularly, every day, you know, one of these bottles will last you 3 weeks, 20 days, and a 25ml shot each and every day.
Okay.
But for me, it's part of my morning routine. Wake up, open the fridge, out comes the milk for the coffee, out comes the collagen's taken, the kettle's on, it goes back, and I'm done. And it's the simplicity of it that is beautiful.
It is that super boost. Now, when it comes to advanced liquid collagen, it is about all those results. The flavour is gorgeous, but it's going to help with things like skin, hair, nails. There's so many benefits.
Absolutely. And this is the way, you know, topically, we're great at sort of working on the face area, maybe the hands, but we're not as great with the body skin, okay? This treats literally from the top of your head to the tips of your toes in one 25ml shot.
Because we notice the difference under our arms, don't we, as we age? our legs at top of your knees.
Exactly.
What goes on?
The texture changes, the skin changes. You're losing those fatty acids. The collagen is depleting. So this is a super simplistic way. Take one shot each and every day. And it's the 25ml. That's what gets me. It's that one little baby shot. The measuring cap comes literally as your measure. So the cap comes, it's included. Take one of those, but you are treating from up here down to the base of your tippy toes.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Beauty from inside out, but it's not just about your skin and your hair and your nails, it is about your joints as well. I've got mum onto this. She's in her 80s, her next birthday she's 86. It's never too late, is it, to make that difference?
It's never too late. I have a neighbour of mine who calls it his magic potion. Joe is 86 and he's like, I've run out of the magic stuff, Diane, where is it? And his wife Margaret, she's about 82, Margaret comes along, got any magic potion? I've got magic potion for you. But I think it's that whole, if you find that you are feeling a little bit more stiff, if you just don't feel that you've got the energy you used to have, or maybe you're trying to recover from an operation, you know, sometimes, or you've been on like meds for lots of years, and sometimes your body just needs that boost. This is a great way, a healthy way, because it's packed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, so they're the most prolific and abundant in the body naturally. It's also got the gorgeous hyaluronic acid in there. Now, we love that for skin, but we also love it for joint mobility and motion. We've then got things like vitamin C. We've got B4, B5, B7,
Oh, wow.
B6, B12. It is absolutely packed.
They're all vitamins we hear
All
constantly
vitamins.
our bodies should have, aren't they?
Totally. So all the vitamins are packed in here. We need obviously the vitamin C to help it get all around the system. But we've then got things like biotin. So with your hair, if you're struggling with fine hair, lots of breakage, perfect. If your nails feel really, really weak, I mean, I've laughed now. My nail girl is like, not again. Every 2 weeks, she's like, do they need cutting
Why are they
again?
growing so quick?
Because they're growing so quickly, and she's literally like, no gel on you. You can only have polish these days because it's just like, it's a super thickness. So it really is about, it's about strength. It's about sort of helping to repair and rebuild what's natural in the system through one single shot a day.
Sorry. Oh, this is where I wish I could do is it BSL? Those chicken wings, I can confirm, are very good and perfect. Get your air fryer while you can. Now, honestly, this, I don't normally get really I don't really push hard on a product. And the reason is, I get it, you're watching at home, I'm here in the studio, and it's like you're just trying to flog me something. Well, I suppose, in a way, yeah, because we're a shopping show. I like to think of us as the official shopping show on ITV. This is a partnership with ITV and STV. So, but every now and then a product comes, well, not every now and then, we try to make sure that all the time products come along, that are great prices, but also that are really important and useful and helpful and time-saving and effort-saving and life-changing for you. And this is actually the star of the show tonight. At $29.99, people during the ERC shows, I mean, people were stocking up 3, 4 at a time. When you open the bottle, it's about, I think it was a couple of months before you need to use it up. But it's 20 servings, it's 3 weeks basically. And you need to take one every day. It's a couple of years. No, actually, sorry, excuse me. It's on the top of the cap. It'll tell you the shelf life. It's usually at least a year, sometimes 18 months. So before it, so you've got to use it within that time. It'll be on the cap because it's all made fresh. So this is something that is essential, unless you don't care about aging, unless you don't care about aching muscles and limbs and and joint, maybe you don't care about your joints hurting or not having sort of a lot of energy and things like that. But I think most of us do care about some of those things. And the fact is that it's not too late, because all right, yes, you're not going to reverse, you're not going to reverse these things. I mean, I can show you that, we're talking about less aches and pains in muscles and joints. It helps with that. It's 100% natural flavouring as well, by the way. No sugar, no preservatives, none of that rubbish. It's calorie free. It can help firm your skin. It's quick collagen absorption, and that's because it's marine collagen, and the molecules of the collagen are a lot smaller than bovine, for example, and other types of collagen. So it's absorbed much more easily and more quickly into your system. Stronger hair and nails is the other thing. Maybe you've got brittle nails or soft nails, or maybe your hair's, seen better days, shall we say. But it's not a cure, because we're free radical damage. You hear this all the time in the sort of healthcare and the beauty world. It's oxidation. We're rusting to death basically. Let's be honest. There's all kinds of stuff. There's UV. There are so many things in the atmosphere, the environment, environmental damage, and so on and so forth. We're just being bombarded by things that are attacking us every single day. And we can do our best to fight that. We'll never beat it, ultimately. So, no, this is not the elixir of life. You're not going to live forever, and you're not going to be wrinkle-free forever. But you do lose collagen, and collagen is the building block of your skin and your joints and so on. And this is putting back as much as your body will allow you to put back. So, it's like I said, it's a bit like a biological ISA. You can, if you're losing money out your bank account because you're spending money every day, you put money in an ISA and you save it and you make interest. But you can only put £20,000 in a year. So your body will only let you put in about 10,000 milligrams a day. That's why this is the optimum amount. maybe in some cases 12, 13. But pretty much if one shot a day, if you did more than that, you'd be wasting it. And you need to take it every day because it's going to help reduce the effects and the signs of aging as you progressively lose more and more collagen naturally every single day. And as I say, ladies, in your menopause, 20% roughly of your collagen you lose in that period of your menopause. I mean, it's horrific, really. And you know, it's if you think about it, think of it like a mattress. If your skin's a mattress, and when you buy it, when you're in your 20s, yeah, you can see this is a great graph here. So you've got all those collagen fibers. So that's like when all your springs are shiny and new. And then over the years, as you sleep on the bed, so by the time you get into your 30s, the springs have started to degrade. And then by the time you're in your 40s, the springs are rusty and creaky and I'm not talking about you, Leslie. And I'm sorry, but by the time you're in your 50s, the springs have all but collapsed. That's when you've got the big crater. Like I've got literally in my mattress, which is 7 years old, I've got a bum-shaped crater where the springs have just totally collapsed. I mean, my Mulberry Silk, my cocoon mattress is about to go on that bed. I've got one, the cocoon mattress. I've got one in Warrington. It's phenomenal. So I've got 2 of those now. So that's what happens with the sort of the foundation of your skin, with because it's collagen. Collagen is the foundation. This puts back as much as your body can take, really, from what you've lost, and it sort of helps stave it off. It helps mitigate it. And again, you'll never beat it, but you can. This is the most you can do. You've got to get it in your basket. You've got to get it checked out. It's been a very, very busy show for this at $29.99. It's half price and lots of people are stocking up. Now, my top pick of the show, I want to show you these chicken wings, if I may. Sorry, Rich, apologies. So they took about, what was it, 30 minutes, wasn't it? 35 minutes. Because they're big and thick wings, but they are juicy. Now, they've been sitting there for a while. They're still hot. They've been sitting there for what, 15 minutes? 10, 15 minutes? Oh, lovely. And that is, I'm just going to show you how good it is, and crunchy. Do you hear the crunch? Sorry. It's just I can't bend down because of my hernia. Completely unseasoned, by the way. We didn't put anything on these, and they are delish. And this is your Vortex extra large dual stack air fryer. And I could have done a whole basket of those wings as well. £119 at Tower, Currys and Bury. Charlie's for £129. Argos for £150. From us to you, £104.99. But that is only until the end of my show tonight, which is when I will see you. And we've got the spot cleaner and Mark Risers here. From all of us, though, for now, bye.